Okay, we should be starting in a little bit. You're gonna have to forgive me because tech is just not my thing. Uh, and I haven't streamed in so long, and this is the first time I'm using OBS to actually stream. So I suck at it. So you guys are just gonna have to forgive me. And yeah, so sorry about that. Yeah, just to make sure that everything's copacetic, in the chat, please, if you could give me a series of ones if you can hear me, and a series of twos if you cannot. Yeah, Planetaria, I know that I'll like OBS eventually, but damn, man. Damn. One, if you can hear me. Two, if you cannot. Yay! Okay. And if you can see me and you're not screaming, press, I don't know, Z. No, I'm not muted. Am I muted? No, 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 no. You guys are messing with me. Okay, so like I've been thinking a lot about this whole streaming shit, right? And see, okay, so I'm doing like two bits of content at this time. At this time, I'm doing like the videos where I like talk about shit, and and I'm also doing podcasts with Benway, which is I love doing them. I wish more people enjoyed the podcast as much as I do, but like apparently people prefer my regular content more than the podcast, at least by viewer count, and that's fine. I mean, shit, it's a free country. You can listen to or watch whatever you want. But I wish people would enjoy the podcast as much as I do. I just enjoy doing them so much, and I think that Benway's a terrific guy. And so, anyway, so those are the two kinds of content that I'm doing. I'm rolling over because I'm going to get a cup of coffee, and so I figured, I do streams, because everybody's doing streaming and all the rest of it. But I thought to myself, what exactly is the point of streaming? See, because I thought to myself, why is it that you want to be streaming? I mean, I'm doing content where I do like my little mini rants, my 10 to 20 minute rants about whatever topic, right? Hopefully some topic that will help you out in your life, right? And then on the other hand, I do the podcast where I shoot the shit with Benway and pretty much talk about whatever is contingent but doesn't really merit its own like video. Because producing the videos actually takes a lot of time. I'm all gay about my angles, and that takes me a good half hour to an hour to set up, right? Then doing the video, I usually do 2 or 3 takes because, I'm kind of like an idiot that way. And then editing, that's like another between 2 and 4 hours. So altogether, it's about 6 hours to do a video. And so a lot of times, there's some contingent event that I want to talk about, but it doesn't merit 6 hours of work to do it. You know what I mean? And I think also with the podcasts, I'm more on point insofar as the produced videos. So I'm pretty happy about it. Okay, I'm pretty happy about the situation. But I figured I'd do streams. And so streams, what are they supposed to be? They're supposed to be like interaction with the audience. That's the whole point, I would think, because it's live, and so you all are here, and there are 168 of you here. Hello, hello to one and all. And so I figured that the whole point of it is to talk to you guys and get your feedback and address any point that you guys want me to discuss, to talk about directly, right? Right. So let me get a cup of coffee. I don't know if you can hear me properly. Let me just move the mic over a little bit. Get some coffee. See, not only am I gay about my angles in my videos, I'm also gay about my coffee cups. Yeah, I know. I'm like gay and pathetic. See, this one, I don't know if you guys can see it right now. Let me just see. Yeah, this one. This is my favorite coffee cup. And this is fucking sad that I'm telling you guys that. Okay, hang on. Let me just pour myself some coffee, and we'll get started on taking questions and comments. I gotta figure out the Discord thing. So I actually didn't figure it out. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'll see if anybody wants to hop on. That's why I have the Hangout open. I'm gonna see if anybody wants to shoot the shit. And so the first order of business is go to chat. And so on chat, Where's the drone can? That's the question. Okay. Oh, thank you, Alpha Centauri. Chat, why don't you just start shooting me? Ask me anything, and I'll try to answer as well as I can. Gay and pathetic, keep it copacetic. Having a side piece while you're married should only be done if there are no kids involved. Says Edward Munoz Gutierrez. Well, no. My thinking is that, if you keep your life orderly, you could have it all. I mean, just organization, discipline and organization. Kaiser Hertzen asks, what do you think of the conspiracy theory about direct energy weapons causing the California fires to build a big gay high-speed train? I think that's bullshit. No, I don't buy that at all. Not the Ralph retort. Oops, not the Ralph retort. Thoughts on V's shot a porn addiction? I don't understand the question. That V is addicted to porn? I would not be surprised. That he shot a porn? That would be pretty cool. I'd pay money to see that, just to laugh. Marburg asks, did you contact Godwinson? Godwinson is his own elusive self, right? I have a pretty clear bead as to who and what Godwinson is. I don't know. I mean, who cares about Godwinson? I mean, let me ask you. Are there enough people here who care about Godwinson? Press 1 if you really care for my opinion about Godwinson, and press 0 if you do not care. Yeah, Godwinson. That's the question. 1 if you care for me to talk about him. 0 if you don't. Lots of ones. Okay. Google shot a porn? What the fuck is that? Mostly zeros. Okay, so I'll skip on the Godwinson topic. He was supposed to do a video on me, the little bastard. I'm saying that because he skipped out on it. I want fucking I want him to do a video about me. I'm interested in him, and I'm a narcissist. So I want to know what people think about me. Kaiser Hertzen again. Would you join in on a porno with V, and would it be an Eiffel Tower situation? Okay, first of all, I would never do a porno with anyone, period. And I don't know what the reference an Eiffel Tower situation. I'm guessing something horrifying, so I'll pass. V is a pedo, Coach Redfield. Oh, says Conflagration Chris. Yeah, well, everybody's a pedo nowadays. I mean, they're flinging that accusation left and right. What time is it in Ukraine? It's actually 6:30 a.m. And yeah, that's the time right now. Insofar as the pedo accusations, yeah, that Andy's a pedo and now V's a pedo, I don't know. Unless there's proof positive. Like, David C. posted a message, he retracted, I caught it. He said, are kids worth it? Yes, they are. They're definitely worth it. Anyway, going back to the V and porno shit, I just woke up. So if something happened, during the day that I missed, I'd like to know. Yeah, if V got involved in some porno shit, and kiddie porn or some shit like that, that would be fucking funny. It was proven on the Ralph stream that he's a pedo? Really? I mean, like now? Huh. Man, that's a big accusation, okay? I mean, is it for sure, or just like some people saying shit, right? Do you have any useful resources to our business, like a really good YouTube channel or something? No, I don't. Ask Bloomed. Sorry, Bloomed. I don't really follow YouTube or watch YouTube for business advice. I tend to think that that's kind of bullshitty. Oh, Toad, how's it going? Put the Kino filter on. All in due time, my son. All in due time. Yes. Were you on Russia Today? Asked Crackling Crow. Yeah, I was a few times because I was friends with the producer there. And she asked me as a favor to be on a few times. And it was fun. I got to make like I was famous and shit. It was very interesting watching how a studio, a television studio is run and how it all happens. Very interesting. Nice people. I didn't get paid anything. I later found out that you usually get paid, between $100 and $500 per appearance, and I didn't get paid anything. Boo-hoo me. But so what? It was fun. The experience was worth it. Just the experience alone. And not getting paid, well, I did it like, I don't know, a half dozen times maybe. It's no big deal. How is healthcare in Ukraine? It's pretty good. Pretty good if you have money. But then again, healthcare is always good if you have money, wherever. Coach Red Pill Shotacon, ironical autism says, little boy anime porn. Switch to live chat, boomer. Switch to live chat. Whoa. Oh, here. Okay. V watches Shada, which is anime porn with little boys. That's where the pedo accusations are coming from. Ew! That's fucking repulsive. He watches anime porn with little boys? I thought he was into vor, And by the way, I love that that video of what you call it, V eating Sargon and then eating Sargon's stillborn child. That was kind of horrifying, but yeah. Are you and the Quartering best friends now? Who says that? Marburg? Marburg asks, am I and the Quartering best friends? No. No, I don't think we'll ever be. I think that he's a snake and a loser. I despise the guy. He's just a piece of shit as far as I'm concerned. Hello, Coach Well. You mentioned your children's mother a few times in your vids. Are you two married? Yes, we are. First marriage, only marriage, never divorced. Am I banned from this channel? Lol, says Eric the Heathen. I don't think so. I can see your question. Balthazar 500. How do you like your steak? I like my steak. It depends on my mood because I can go like from burnt to a crisp all to the way to bloody as hell. I like any way the steak is cooked is fine by me. I can manage. I prefer like rare, but like charred on the outside. Like really like burnt to a crisp on the outside. And the way to do it, a good way to do it is on a skillet. You like put some oil, get it really hot, and just like burn it like on the outside, and in the end it'll be raw. Yeah, I like that. Would you advise Americans to expatriate? I don't think expatriate is that's the correct usage. I hate to be a stickler, conflagrationist, rather. Sorry, but yeah, I think that the United States is kind of like complicated right now. I much prefer like third world nations, second world nations, nations that are sort of like marginal, because you can be there, you can have a nice life, a nice living, and sort of like just like low key kind of existence. I like it. Sargon is all done. Bravo, Coach Red Pill. What a year, huh? Says Conflagration Chris. Again, sorry. Yes, it is. Medium rare is the only acceptable answer. Oh God, come on. Don't be. You gotta be flexible. Did you learn any Russian while living in Ukraine? Asks Max G. No, I have not. I know very few words in Russian. I'm just, something sort of like clicked. I thought I was good with languages, but I'm not. Rare is vampiric degenerates. Well done is the best way to eat a steak. Could be, says Eric the Heathen. Breaking news. My boss bullies me. What should I do? Bully him back. Yeah. You just say, no, I'm not going to take your shit. And he says, oh, you're going to have to take my shit. Oh, then I quit. Never put up with a bully. Coach Red Pill, says Victor Vaughn. The Irish fuck cucked us out on Sunday fun day. Please deliver Keno. Jesus. Okay, so Jim didn't deliver, huh? Fucking loser. Wait, let me go and check my Twitter handle. For those of you who don't know, I actually do have a Twitter, but I got kicked out again from Twitter. But I'm using it strictly for DMs. And wait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds reasonable. I have my beard is too long. I got to shave it. Anyway, nobody's sent me any messages, but that'll change. Impetus. Thank you, Impetus. Impetus says, I'm a gay high school senior and can't get over my old girlfriend. Help. Also, do you think ethnic balkanization is coming in the future for the U.S.? As a result, regards your second question, do I think ethnic balkanization is coming in the future of the U.S.? Yes, I do. I think that we're going to go to a kind of apartheid kind of situation in the future where blacks live with blacks and whites with whites and Asians with Asians. It's sort of de facto already kind of happening, and it'll continue to happen because just people are more comfortable with people who are closer to them in ethnic origin. As to you being a gay high school senior and can't get over your old girlfriend, impetus. Here's the thing. See, if I'm assuming you're a guy, right? So if you're a guy and you're gay, then how come you have a thing for girls, right? So, which is it, right? But if I were you, if you have a thing for your old girlfriend, the quickest way to get over that is to get another girlfriend. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you are sort of like hung up on an old girlfriend, right? Just get a new one. Get a new one. Yeah. Yeah, get a new one and you'll be happier. Yeah? You'll forget about the last one. Okay, let's do some Kino. Let's do some, just for shits and giggles. Let's see. How do I look there? Oh! Talk about electric bugaloo, huh? How's that, motherfuckers? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. I bet a lot scarier, don't you think? Yeah. Oops. What's this shit? Simon Scola, thank you, Simon, says, can't believe you're over 116,000 subscribers. I started watching when you only had a couple of hundred. Oh, so you were one of the early ones. Thank you, Simon. Congrats on the success of the channel. God bless. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. It's because of Kino. Kino! See? See, when you have the right angles, the right angles and the right distortion, anything can happen. Okay, Fantano level shit. Anthony Fantano? I don't like him. I think he's a dickhead. I think he's full of shit. I don't like the things he put out on Jordan Peterson. I mean, Jordan Peterson has a lot to critique about him. I think that sometimes Jordan Peterson is kind of like a little bit shifty, shall we say. But Fantano was deriding him as a pseudo-intellectual. And what the fuck is he talking about? Fantano is just a fucking nerd who likes obscure rock bands or whatever the fuck, It's not anybody that I could take intellectually seriously, okay? And on top of that, he has the wrong fucking opinion about Rush. So he can fuck himself as far as I'm concerned, right? Can I have a hell yeah from the chat? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Say it loud and proud. Rush is the only band. Every other band in the universe is just trying to be Rush or wanted to be Rush before Rush had existed, right? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. The only flaw of Rush is that they're Leafs, but other than that, they're perfect. Herminio Ramirez says, saludos desde Guadalajara, coach. Saludos. Yes. I can't do a Mexican accent. I wish I could. Hey, cabrón, man. I have my inner Mexican. Yeah, I do my inner Mexicano, cabrón. We go down to Oaxaca. We get some girls. We get some cocaine. We have a good time. We party. Yeah, cabrón. We go down to the border. We shoot up some... who do we shoot up? Oh, well, they shoot up just about everybody now, don't they? J. Caesar 187. Is that you, Ralph? I hope not. What is your opinion on men that enjoy watching black cuck porn? Whatever floats your boat, man. How come my tastes in porn are so quotidian and boring? I mean, the kind of porn that I like are basically, two 21-year-old lesbians in a 5-star hotel room. That's the kind of porn that I like. I mean, it's so boring compared to the porn that everybody else seems to like. So you're telling me here that V likes anime boy porn? Oh, God. I heard that, what's his name, Fuentes likes cat boy porn. Cat boy porn? What the fuck is that? I had to look it up. And then when I found it, I was like horrified by that shit. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Ugh. Anyway, Neil Ponner, I'm screwing that up. I'm so sorry, Neil. Neil Ponner says, hi, CRP, congrats on the channel success. Any advice for someone graduated from college going to the software development field? Say abreast, because that field seems to develop awfully quickly, and stay abreast of any new developments or never any new things, and just yeah, try to make your own business. I mean, like, I've always thought to myself, hang on a second. Well, I'll get to that super chat in just a second, Samurai Squirrel. What I've always thought about a lot of things like software is that, see, at the end, the guys who make the real money in software are the guys who own a business and have a lot of software engineers doing shit for them. But the software engineers are sort of like the drones, like the factory workers. And yeah, hell, they could be incredibly educated and incredibly knowledgeable. Yeah, but to a real extent, they're a lot like just Chinese factory workers, interchangeable. Now, I don't mean to belittle you, man. I mean, I'm not shitting on you just to shit on you, Neil. Okay, I'm answering your question directly, and my thinking is that once you're a software engineer, you graduate from college, right, and you go into the work world, I think your aim should be to make your own business as quickly as possible, and not go necessarily for some flashy startup and go to Silicon Valley and shit like that. There are lots of ways to make a lot of money in software, in business, by doing things that aren't so sexy, but that are needed, that are really needed. Okay, like for example, I have a friend of mine here in Ukraine, and he has a software company, and what he does is a lot of like back office stuff for firms in the United States. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of what it is, but he has like a whole slew of software engineers here in Ukraine, and they work on shit for these companies in the U.S. And I asked him once, well, do you know this software shit? He's like, I barely follow it and understand it at this point, because he's like a guy in his 30s, and so he got into business and sort of like didn't continue developing his knowledge of software engineering, and he doesn't need to, because he's got guys who know how to do it. Okay, and I think that his method is really smart. Try to establish a company and do shit that way. You see what I'm saying? I hope this helps out, Neil. Samurai Squirrel, thoughts on... Oh, shit. Wait. Where did you go? Shit. Samurai Squirrel, thoughts on Jordan Peterson. He's competing with you for being internet dad. Yeah, but I'm the cool dad. I'm the one who tells you that it's okay to smoke a little grass and get drunk, so long as your mother doesn't find out. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Mick Overzats. Thank you. Excuse me, Mike Overzats. Sorry about that, Mike. Mike Overzats. My girlfriend of 3 years stole our 2 kids and flew to Cali. She has a third on the way. We were arguing a lot, but she is definitely damaged goods. What do I do? Oh, Mike, man, you're fucked, my brother. Okay, so this is what you do. You go to the cops and establish that she kidnapped your kids. Okay, first of all, because if she flew to California with your kids without your authorization, that is basically kidnapping. Okay. And go find a lawyer and establish this as some sort of like a kidnapping, okay? That she kidnapped your kids, okay? That's against the law, okay? A parent cannot take a child or children without the authorization of the other parent, okay? Sometimes it's informal, but sometimes it has to be written, right? So if she's taken your kids away, it's kidnapping. Go to the cops, file a complaint, and get yourself lawyered up. And no holds barred. That's my advice. Do niggards do that? I don't know. Coach Red Pill, will you do a video about how to become motivated, mentally strong, and taking responsibility for your life? I thought all of my fucking videos were basically that. Huh? Well, becoming motivated. There are lots of these self-help guys. Wait, let's change filters. Yeah, you guys are bored with this filter? I am. So let's do, there, how's that? Oh, yeah, I look pretty scary, huh? Yeah, I'm the ghost of Christmas past. You young'uns, you better listen to me. Wait, that one's not working. Hang on, let me just fix here. On the, how's that? Oh yeah, I'm like totally polarized, totally inverted. Yeah, but let's fool around with this shit some more. This one. Oh, and we do. No, no, not that one. Now we're talking. See, I'm a cartoon. I'm a cartoon character. So you will be listening to a cartoon character tell you shit. Okay? How do you feel? How does that make you feel? Okay. Impetus. I was memeing about being gay, but I'd bang a trap even if it makes me a degenerate. Okay. That I'll have to pass on that. Not the Ralph report retort rather. Stream.me/ the Ralph retort. Yeah, I know the Ralph retort. That's the Ralph retort. I guess you want to plug. Okay, I guess that really is the Ralph retort. Ethan, if you want to hop on, just go to my Twitter and I'll DM you the Hangout link. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me go back to what I was doing here. Oh, god damn it. Oh, let me do this. Invite people. Alright. Okay. Yeah. There we go. So I'll have it there in case anybody. B. Randall says, "Can you talk about men that live in New York City paying child support and what states to not have children in?" Okay, that I don't know. Um, that kind of U.S. legal stuff because it's different every state, So I would not know. I'm sorry. Do you have a new Twitter mate, twatter mate, Sargoy of Mossad? Yes, I do, but I only hand it out to people I know because it's a private one that I'm using strictly for DMs. I'm not actually tweeting on it. Yeah, send the link. I tried to follow you. Okay, well, let's see if this is really Ethan. Let me go to. Really, you. I just sent the link to the Hangout link to Ethan Ralph. So if that's really him, he's more than welcome to pop in. Okay, where? Damn, man, this. Here we go. Okay, so where are we here? Samurai Squirrel, which is better zombie killer, Coach Red Pill with a beard or Rick Grimes with a beard? I don't know who Rick Grimes is. Email, please, CRP. My email is coachredpill@gmail.com. Memes of destruction. Coach Red Pill, that filter makes you look like John Hammond from Jurassic Park. Smiley face. Or like a monster smile. I don't get that. A very wide smile. Frank Underwood, thank you, Frank, says, "Do you think there is any other way for Western Europe to wake up and send the invaders home other than an economic collapse and following civil wars?" Not really, not really, because you got to understand something. I've said this, ad nauseum at this point. It is to the benefit of the oligarchs in the Western democracies to allow mass immigration. It is to their benefit, to their economic benefit, okay? Because they are bringing in cheap labor. That's the whole point of it. This is the end result of neoliberal economic policies. Now, I'm not against neoliberal economic policies. They were really good and really useful for a number of years. I mean, when they started being implemented by Maggie Thatcher and Ronald Reagan and mi general, Augusto Pinochet, back in the 70s and early 80s, it was great for the Western economies, no question. But, it ran its course, and now it's hollowed out the middle classes, The what used to be called the heartland, the industrial heartland, is now hollowed out. You can't have a country that has a middle class that is going from gig to gig, a gig economy for the middle class. No, you need people who have stable jobs and can make a decent living and therefore provide for their families, And you have to have a situation where women are encouraged to have the 2.2 to 2.5 children necessary for replacement. If you don't have that, then you're going to need to import that labor from somewhere, okay? And so hence you have immigration. I mean, keep in mind, this is something that you guys have to understand. Feminism is a tool of the oligarchy because it makes women want to work instead of having children, okay? They have their careers rather than have children in the most fertile years of their lives, their 20s and their 30s, okay? And that, with women working, the price of their labor, of that labor category, diminishes. I mean, think of a lawyer, for instance. There's no real difference between a male lawyer and a female lawyer. But a female lawyer doesn't have kids, right? She can't because she's working, right? because taking care of a child is a full-time job. And so the oligarchy wants women to be lawyers because that way there are more lawyers and therefore the price of lawyers goes down. The same with engineers. They want women in science. Why? Because they really give a shit about women? No! Wake up and smell the nightmare. They want women to have a career in STEM fields, so it drives down the wages. But the other way they do it, in the United States at least, is with H-1B1 visas, where they import all of these engineers from South Asia, East Asia, i.e. India and China, and Vietnam and Japan and so forth. Well, not so much Japan, but they import all these software engineers, right? And it decreases the cost of labor, right? It decreases the cost of labor, and what happens then? You know, these people who came in with H-1B1 visas, they're effectively indentured servants to the corporations. See? And that's the plan. That's the plan. These guys, man, it's neoliberalism taken to its logical extreme, and you got what we got. Okay, so Frank Underwood, you know, I went on a rant, but, you know, I'm me. But I hope this answers your question. Yeah, I think that the only way for Europe to save itself is for there to be an economic collapse and civil war. It ain't going to happen. Europe is lost. That's my thinking. Mike Overzat. Okay, Mike Overzat. Are you going to make videos about Jewish question? Bitch who stole my kids was a kike. Go figure. I'm going to be indentured servant for next 18 years. Eesh. Sounds like it. You are an inspiration to us all, says Max Wilson. Thank you so much, Max. That's very kind of you. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, Max. That's very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. Okay. Let me see. Women bring down cost of labor. Email, please, CRP. Alan, I already said it. He keeps asking this question. Kind of boring. I fake my own death to get out of paying student loans, says Brooke. Should I fake my own death to get out of paying student loans? I think that's excessive. I think if you just split to another country, you'll be fine. If you want to really avoid paying your student loans, but faking your own death, that sounds awful complicated. And isn't it against the law to basically do that? I mean, isn't it like a big felony, as opposed to just skipping out on your student loans by going to another country is what? What are they going to do realistically? I have to pay for my kids. This guy needs to pay for his. Be a man. I do pay for my kids. So says NVMC writer. Okay. I do pay for my kids. What exactly is the problem? Okay. Oh, that's a skeptic thing. I'll tell you where it comes from. See, I actually have 4 children altogether, right? Now, 2 of these children, one of them, I didn't know he existed until he was 15. It was a product of an affair I had with somebody in the 90s, right? And this woman whom I had an affair with basically convinced her husband that it was his, okay? I only found out about the kid by sheer chance, because when Facebook hit the scene, I found out, I looked her up, you know, because I hadn't heard from her in years, you know, over 15 years, right? And I came across her, and this was in the time before you had like these permissions for your photographs, so any random person could see all your pictures, right? And so I looked through her pictures, and her youngest kid looked exactly like my uncle, okay? And that's how I figured it out. I later had a conversation with the woman, and she just wanted the status quo that she was living with to remain, and didn't want me involved in that situation, so fine, I respected her wishes, you know. That kid today he must have just finished college. He went to a really good school, by the way. So, yeah. And the other one, that I did a video about that, a recent Storytime video. Look it up. It was a fairly depressing story. But the 2 toddlers that I shared the picture of my kids in the final video I did, my last video rather, not my final video, but my last video, Making Friends with Loneliness. That picture, those 2 kids are, of course, I live with them, right? Yeah, I just came back from their home, you know? So anyway, the skeptics keep flinging this shit. Crowton T and his whole goon squad keep flinging that accusation because they're just trying to come up with some shit on me that will stick, you know, something. I mean, they want something to stick me with, because they hate me, especially Kraut, and he hates me because he knows that what he did was fundamentally wrong. And so As he realizes that doxing me and smearing me was fundamentally wrong, he has to convince himself and everybody else that I'm like this evil man, this guy who's just totally evil. And so yeah, that's yeah, yeah, it's not like I give a shit about these people, and it's not that. How did that look? That looks cool. That looks kind of cool. I'll leave it on for a while, and then I'll invert the colors. Hey, Ethan, how's it going? Oh, sucking up the rant. That's what you're doing, motherfucker. Pretty good, pretty good. Yourself? Okay. Give me the lore on that. Uh huh. Hmm. Oh God, that's fucking horrifying. That is fucking horrifying. And how is this? I mean, how do we know this for sure? No, no, because I'm off Twitter. I'm totally off Twitter. I just use it for DM. Yeah. So and oh, kill surprise. Yeah. Oh man, that is just yeah. Oh, by the way, Max Wilson says I really enjoy this. I like the comic book look. Ha ha ha. Yeah, kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah, I hadn't really noticed it because I didn't like the red color, but then with the background, it looks kind of cool. Like I'm emerging from the background. Interesting, interesting. Anyway, no, I haven't been following the whole Vor thing. I mean, the whole V thing, V Vor, whatever. And this thing, Jesus Christ, and it's all so pathetic. And look, if we're talking this shit, let's talk about it. Can you believe these guys have blown through so much credibility over the last year? Whoa. Uh, oh shit. OBS. Shit.
It can be a
Oh
beast.
shit.
It's
Chat.
okay. They
Oh
didn't miss
man.
much.
No. I mean, chat. Tell us if you can hear Ethan now. Ethan, speak up, please.
Hello. If you look at
Oh,
if you look at the OBS, it'll say desktop audio and then
yeah, I know.
mic and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing I messed up on. It was muted. Chat. My apologies.
It's okay.
Um, Ethan was catching me up on the lore on this whole situation with V regarding his porn. His Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is so fucking goddamn. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm okay. I'm a boomer. What do you want me to say? I don't like. I was telling chat before you arrived, or maybe you heard it.
I was
I
listening, yeah.
I like my porn like normal people, like a couple of 21-year-old lesbians in a five-star hotel. That's my kind of porn, right? This weird kind of gay shit and anime shit and eating people. What the fuck is that? That's just fucking bizarre. Oh, fuck it.
It's a little hard to get behind that, yeah, I have to say.
Yeah. So anyway, let me go back if you don't mind. I'm going to be answering questions because
Sure.
this is the thing that I've been thinking a lot about the whole streaming thing is that it's interaction with people. Booberly says, "I need a wrench, lol." Do we give Booberly a wrench or not? Is she on people's golden page or shit page? Ethan?
She always begs for wrenches. I wouldn't give her one if you ask me.
Okay. Yeah.
Just for that reason, even though she has a wrench in my chat, but she always asks for them, so I would say no.
Okay. Okay. Well, since we're talking about it, wasn't there some lore on Booberly as of late?
Yeah, there's some stuff with her and Worski. I don't know. Where I guess Worski was flirting with her while he was broken up or whatever.
Oh,
I
right.
don't know.
And didn't
She does run the T Clips channel, so I have nothing against her or whatever.
Mhm. And
But yeah, there's a lot of different.
And-
There's a lot of stuff going on surrounding her.
And wasn't there an issue of Booberly sending DMs, copies of the DMs to between herself and Andy to Shaban? Wasn't that the situation? You know,
Yeah,
you know. Okay, go on.
I guess she had reached out to. Look, I'm only speaking on third hand knowledge. I don't know. I don't have an intimate knowledge of the thing, but I think she had reached out to Sinead or something like that. According to Andy, I don't know. I really don't know.
You don't know or don't want to say? Come on, come on.
Well,
Chad, should Ethan
Andy was mad.
fess up? Chad, should Ethan fess up? Press 1 for yes, and
Andy
2
was
for
angry.
yes.
Why don't we just get Boober Lee on at this point?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you send her the link?
Okay, you know what? I will. I don't know if she'll jump on, but I'll go ahead and send it to her. How about that?
Okay. I'm fair game. I mean, like, look, this stream is like, I don't have any kind of like idea where I'm going with the stream. Okay, and if it's a big old dumpster fire, so be it. Because my thinking is that, see, like my videos, my straight videos, that with the one where I'm gay about the angles, right? Those are my serious videos, and I put a lot of thought and effort into them, and I hope people appreciate them, right? And insofar as my podcast, it's just shooting the shit. But here, it's the whole idea is to talk to the audience and just shoot the shit and be silly and stupid, and so what the fuck, right? Okay.
Well, I sent her the link. She said she's at work, so I'm not sure if she'll jump on. But yeah,
okay.
I actually genuinely like your videos. Unironically, the grinded out video I was watching the other day. Where
Here's a coach coin for the good, Ethan.
I think I talked about this when you were on my show the other day, where you were talking about the inspiration time when you really feel it and you're really pounding it out and you're just, wow, it's so good to be doing what you're doing and you love it. And you looked at that content versus the content when you just grinded it out, where you really didn't feel like working that day and you couldn't see a qualitative difference between the two.
Yeah.
And I took a lot of I took a lot from that, because there's a lot to be said for that, where people think and I used to write more than I do now.
Yeah, I know. You've been a real little bitch about that. You should write more.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have been a very big bitch about that. Where I used to write and people, it's something that I like doing. Of course, these streams are too. And I guess people somehow think, oh, you're doing something you love and every single day it's great and it should be no problem and it's just a breeze. And there are days like that where it's just so much fun. It's great. You love everything. And then there are days where the most important days, as you kind of point out in the video, are the days where you don't feel like doing it, where it's not really coming to you, where it's just not fun what you're doing, and you just push through. Some of the best episodes that we've ever had were actually days where when I started the show or started the article, if you want to go to the writing thing, where I didn't feel like doing it. But I just knew I had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it turned into something special. So I took a lot from that video.
Oh, by the way, Samurai Squirrel, says, did Ethan side with Karen or JF when they were having their drama spurg out? Will Mr. 8Z speech ever come on TRR? That's a good question.
You're talking about Karen Strawn? I actually sided with JF on that publicly. And JF's been on our show many times since then. Actually, I think the last time he was on our show was the first night on D Live, the night after we got kicked off. Actually, not the night after, the day of us getting kicked off on YouTube. So, yeah, I have no animosity towards JF. I mean, we do different things. It's not the same type of program.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have him back on.
Yeah, but he's JF has sort of like decided to be more aloof from the IBS community as of late, as of the last few months, I've noticed. But yeah, it's his prerogative. I mean, you don't have to be hanging out with everybody all the time, But yeah, he's doing his own thing. He seems to be doing very well for himself. So good on him, Mike Overzat says, no comment on Jewish question. Who is behind migrant invasion? Who is promoting lefty groups and radical feminism like Germany 1940? Holo hoax. Inquiring minds want to know. And let me see. Oh, what happened here? Right. Top chat. Sorry about that, guys. Let me see this. Max Wilson says, did you see Sargon's video on Mr. Medicare saying Sargon for 5 minutes? What? You see that, Ethan?
He did like a clip show that he didn't even make himself. By the way, I also show clips on my show that I don't make myself, but I don't, I admit that. But yeah, he put up a video on his, I guess it was the Thinkery channel, where it was Jim saying Sargon for like 5 minutes straight. And you can make a clip like that of anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know, that whole talking point, like, oh, you're talking about somebody too much, or, well, wow, why are you doing this? Why do you keep talking about this person? That's always one of the first, I guess, refuges for these people. Like, oh God, you talk about Sargon so much. I see his fans in the chat sometimes, and they're like, oh, Ralph, you're talking about Sargon too much. Oy vey. Well, I mean, if he would quit acting retarded, we wouldn't have a reason to talk about him.
Well, yeah, yeah. My whole thinking is that if people are talking about you, there is one of two reasons: either you're doing something incredibly amazing, or you're behaving like a fucking idiot. One or the other reason. That's why people talk about you. And so, if Don Sargon is being talked about at this point, it's because of something stupid he's doing. Yeah, well, But I look. This is my thinking. See. Why is he like at the center of so many people's attention at this time? It's because he's going out of his way to get that attention. See, you have a lot of big YouTubers like Shoeonhead. Shoeonhead is bigger than him insofar as subscribers, and I don't know about view count, but at this point, Sargon's view count is pretty low. So, did you know that?
Well, she doesn't make as many videos, but pretty much every video she makes is like 800,000 million. So
yeah, exactly. So anyway, nobody ever talks about her. Except like in the situation where I'm referencing her because nobody does talk about her. You know what I mean? As a comparison. Because she keeps to her own shit. She has her niche. She's happy with it. And so my thinking is that what's going on with Sargon is that he's so discontent with his situation. He got, made a fool of in IBS with the Richard Spencer thing. Then he had this foray into politics with liberalists, and then this thing with UKIP. And UKIP told him basically to fuck off, but in that very polite way. Then now he's sort of like, he's on his own, and so he's just making noise in order to gain relevancy, it seems to me. And that's kind of sad.
But he's done all this to himself. So if look, of course, our show, we've been dealing with this for months and months. I guess since maybe May, we've been talking about him. But every time, it gets old and you're like, oh, no more Sargon. During the summer, he came up with there's an IBS plot against me. Like he drummed that up, like JF and Medicare and all these people, Ralph, they're plotting against me. That came out of nowhere. You had the stream where he basically threatened to dox Jim, and it was a complete failure. Just the most laughable thing, probably the most laughable thing I've seen all year.
Yeah.
He did that. The Gamergate 2.0. Honestly, if he would just shut up and just leave people alone, there would be nothing there. He does this to himself.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, it's kind of damn funny. So,
well, I hope it continues. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's fun for the lulls. Sure.
Analysis standpoint, I mean, he does all this to himself.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. I chat asks, so I have to ask you. The Mystery of the Druids asks, ask about J. Caesar 187. I'll just leave it. You deal with it as you see fit.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. Basically, when Diogenes, I'm not sure how you say that correctly, but him and Jim are doing a stream, and I pulled up an old email I'm on, and there was an old Pornhub account, and that's basically where that comes from. Well, okay. And the whole Ralph loves black porn. there was like one blacked video on the view list. I don't actually watch. First off, I don't really watch any porn at this point because it's kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just it's sort of a time sink.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but
my
there was a black video on the list though. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't remember watching it. The main reason I would not watch black porn, just from a Kino perspective.
A Kino perspective.
Good answer. Would be good because the reason I don't care for it is because it's a black dick and you can't really transfer when you watch porn. At least whenever I watched porn was. You're trying to picture yourself fucking the bitch, right? Like that's the whole point,
basically, yeah.
Or pornography, so you can take yourself out of it. That's why they show too much of the male's face. You're just like, let's like get this fucker out of here. I want to imagine this being my dick. You know what I mean? So as far as the black porn, it's not a thing of mine. But I do laugh at the memes and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me.
No, my thinking about porn. First of all, I'm going to do a video about this. An aphorism I live by. It's words to live by. There's no such thing as an indiscreet question. There are only indiscreet answers. Okay, and chat, and I'm going to be doing a video about this. Whenever you get hit by a question that you don't want to answer, just don't answer it. Don't answer it and walk around it. You know what I mean? It's like a hole in the ground. Do you walk right into the hole or do you walk around it? You walk around it. Yeah. And insofar as porn is concerned, yeah, I think that people blow too much time on the fucking stuff. I mean, first of all, you only watch porn when you're not getting laid. When you're getting laid, what exactly is the point of it? That's pretty much what happens to me. And insofar as porn, I think that you can waste way too much time on it. Way too much time that could be spent more productively on a whole host of other things. Let me see. Oh, Pause Bloggers in the chat. Do you want us to bring Bronx Blogger on?
If you want to, bring him in.
Do you mind messaging him? Look, I've got too many balls to juggle tech-wise.
Okay, I'll send him the link. Go ahead.
And
but yeah, I mean, like you just said, I could have just not answered. I've talked about it before. I think it's funny, to be honest with you. So it's no big deal. The whole black thing makes me chuckle. It is what it is. I mean, I've made it. Look, if it was Sargon or V or somebody else that had that outed, I would definitely laugh about it as well. But no, I'm not into black porn. So
yeah, Captain Wrongthink is saying Coach Red Pill is juggling balls. Yes, very large balls. I mean, I'm talking like older size balls. Oh man, by the way, I haven't commented on this publicly at any rate. Fucking Jim, man, he ripped me off. He outroed his last video with Susan. That was funny.
Oh yeah, you know what? We played it the night before on our much smaller show. Because I was taking my wife. Speaking of fucking, I was taking my wife to the airport, and we watched it on the way.
The airport?
She may or may not have domed me up on down the road, but no, I'm just kidding. She's too classy for that. Yeah, we watched it on the way to Baltimore, and it was fucking hilarious. And then I got back that night, and she did, and then that night we played it. We played it on the Kill stream, and then the next night I was watching Jim's show. And he, I guess he still had 16,000 people watching, and he played it, which I thought was great. So.
Yeah, it was. It was hilarious. Yeah, I didn't mind at all. I thought it was flattering, to tell you the truth. And it was, I think, one of my better performances. I'll say right now, the tears were heartfelt, I mean, when I was doing that video, right, it was really, really hard to keep from laughing. Okay. And a couple of times I kind of did laugh, and I had to cut away so that it wasn't obvious, because I only did one take. I tried to do a second take, and I just cracked up too much because it was just too absurd. You know what I mean? And I just cannot believe that Mundane Matt did that fucking video. Yeah. And I hope that this starts a trend, that every time anybody gets to some milestone like that, they do a video like this, because it was just too much fun to do. It was just, it was a total goof, and I'm glad that people enjoyed it. But look, wait, let me see. What else has been going on in the world? I mean, I've been sort of disconnected over the last few days, because the last couple of days, 3 days or so, I've been hanging out with the kids and just doing dad's shit.
But you're asking me what's been going on?
Yeah.
I mean, the Kekistani killer thing is what's been going on mostly. What? So. Which you haven't. By the way, is that Bronx? That just
Bronx. Bronx is in.
That's me.
Yeah,
Bronx, mute the stream. What are you doing?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Or turn your
Shit.
headphones down or something. Shit.
Okay. All right. I'm on a relatively shitty. Am I audible?
Yeah. I think so.
This socialist internet. What's going
Sorry.
on?
No. I'm just on a not particularly good mic today.
Okay.
You know, it's crazy, man. You know, me and Coach used to be on pretty good terms, man. This is fucking nuts.
What do you mean? You're a
You
commie.
and me used to be on. You and me used to be on good speaking terms, man.
Sure.
And then you nuked me over fucking Aiden Paladin.
I forgot. What was the issue with Aiden
Man,
Paladin?
it was two things. Number one, you had a fight with Christy Winters, and number two,
No, I didn't have a fight with Christy Winters. Okay. I like Christy. I don't have a problem with her.
You guys had a spat though, and fucking that we had a DM set up that we were all talking, and I would come on the show and we would talk and all that stuff, and it was cordial. One of the most polite streams I've ever had was with damn, what was the Rivers of Blood hangout?
That was
Swan
funny.
of Tuanella.
Yeah.
I still use that as an example to people that I can be civilized and not an animal on a stream.
So you need an example.
No, but you know, you were always somebody I shared like mutual respect with and stuff, and then everything kind of went south and stuff, and I kind of regret.
No, but like Twitter DMs don't mean shit. Okay, it's just a
By the
casual
way,
No, I know.
conversation.
You know me, dude. I
Bronx.
don't leak stuff.
Your
You know?
echo, Bronx. You do have an echo going here.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna unplug and replug. Hold on a second.
Yeah, see what you can do about that echo because it is annoying.
Is it any
Why
better?
Oh yeah, people say that I look
It
deep
seems to
fried.
be better now.
Chat, I'm gonna do some Kino magic and do some
Deep
other
fried,
filter.
coach.
Let me see. No, keep on talking amongst yourselves. But no, what's the latest lore as of late? What's this Kekistan murder? I missed that. I actually caught some mentions this
So
morning.
Gregory Ramos, 15-year-old in Florida, killed his mother. Took 30 minutes to choke her out. Tried to bury her in his backyard, I guess. And he was a big Sargon of Akkad fan.
Really?
Amongst others, he had more or less the full order of Kekistan fans.
He wasn't a Killstream fan though.
Okay,
We
I'm gonna
know
tell
that.
No, but you guys aren't a Kekistan branded content.
No,
Okay,
but he had a lot. We went through it on our show earlier though. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to tell my chat and any fan or anything. Okay, murder is wrong. Don't murder anybody. Okay, and if you do, please unsubscribe to my channel before the cops catch you. Good God, I can't believe this happened. I mean, how big of a fan was he? Was he like, I'm your number one fan kind of fan?
Well, one of his saved playlists was This Week in Stupid, and he had the Kekistani flag there on his Facebook and stuff. So he seemed to be, fairly well into it. Yeah.
Was it true that he was in the We Are Kekistan tribute thing?
I don't know. So we did talk about that last night on Gator Stream. I'm not 1,000% sure that's actually his face in that, but we found his Instagram earlier, and I am sure that was his Instagram, and he had a photo of Asuka from Neon Genesis, and down at the bottom left it said Gamers Rise Up. So that actually did happen. Yeah, I know that for sure.
Yeah, hang on a second. Chad is asking something very reasonable. This is from Phoebe Pup. He says, "Please ask Bronx why he blocks South Africans on Twitter when we take him up, when we talk to him on the situation."
Oh, I know who that is.
Okay, well,
I know who that
tell
is.
us.
Look, if you need to remember the volume of noise that I get on the fucking platform of people with one follower who are like, kill yourself faggot all day long.
Yeah.
And then some fucking guy shows up with the same old. If they think that I haven't done my research on South Africa, they're wrong, because I've done it over and over and over, and video on top of video on top of video.
Okay.
We can have a disagreement on whatever, the data or whatever, but you can't just keep on representing. I mean, a debate is not about somebody just representing to you the exact same charts, the exact same pictures, the exact same. Because what the fuck am I going to do with that? I already answered those particular things. So when you get it, I mean, again, you've got a lot bigger numbers than me. I'm sure you get a lot of noise on Twitter of like people putting the same shit in your
Not
face
anymore. I got
every day.
booted from Twitter, but go ahead. In my
When did that
comment
happen?
section. I don't know, a few weeks ago. Best thing that ever happened.
Oh.
That's a fucking time suck. But anyway, But I know
Yeah.
what you mean, because in the comment section, I get all kinds of people. Most of them are
Twitter's an
lovely
even
people.
bigger Tom Suck than porn, actually,
Yeah.
when you talk about it. But yeah, go
Yeah.
on.
Well, I mean,
Absolutely.
Ethan. I mean, I think I gave the South African guy a relatively fair hearing, aside
Okay,
from
but
some of his personality. I was on Ralph Retort with the same guy that's bitching, this Black Oni, I think is his name, and I gave him a fair hearing as much as I possibly could. But again, if you're going to debate me on South Africa and every 5 minutes stop to tell me that I'm an AIDS infected faggot, then you're going to lose a lot of moral ground in terms of
Now
why
let
aren't
me
you
ask
listening
you this,
to me?
Bronx. I saw somebody the other day. I guess was it Ranting Feminists or Christiosity or whatever the fucking cunt's name was. Said,
Oh,
"Oh,
come on, man!
Ralph."
Don't
Yeah, she's a cunt. I
that's
don't
too
care.
much.
She's a cunt. She's a cunt. She's a cunt. Both of them are cunts, but whatever. They said, "Oh, Ralph, you made Bronx Bloggers AIDS status like a joke on your show." Well, you came on our show and volunteered that information. That wasn't.
I didn't. Wait a minute. Now, number there seems to be a myth going around that I came out and had a coming out party on your stream.
You did.
I came on your stream when it was already public information, and I was just answering.
No, but you came. No, actually, wasn't public information. Some people had. I guess one of the TRS guys was it McNabb or somebody.
It
had
was
said
public information.
Okay,
Alex
well,
McNabb
it wasn't
is a brain-dead
confirmed. It wasn't
retard.
confirmed, and you came on the show and confirmed it. Of course, people are gonna fuck with you. It wasn't something that we actually did to you.
No,
You
well,
came,
again,
you
you
came on
guys-
our show voluntarily and said, "I have AIDS or HIV or whatever the fuck."
No,
Right?
right, exactly. But again,
Did I make you do that?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But again, I spoke out about it publicly before I showed up on the show. I showed up on the show to talk about the subject, right? And it was fine. But people do take the meme too far or whatever. And it is kind of true that and again, I think that people don't realize that within the alt-right writ large, AIDS and people dying of AIDS is a meme, and they think it's funny and stuff because they're psychopaths. You know what I mean?
Well, you guys laugh about fucked up shit too. Like, I mean,
Yeah. What do I laugh about? That's fucked up.
I don't know. I have to go through your Twitter feed, but I'm pretty sure.
Do I laugh about something as
hang on. We're
miserable
moving-
as
no,
a
no, hang
person
on, hang on.
actually having AIDS?
Bronx, we're moving from the topic at hand, which is: do you deny that murders of white farmers are occurring in South Africa at a disproportionate rate to, say, murders of black farmers?
No. But here's again. Firstly,
So you're not
40%
denying it.
of
So you
these farm-
admit. Hey, wait. So you admit that these farmers, these white farmers, are being targeted by virtue of being white.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you don't?
Okay. You've got two things you just said. Number one, you said disproportionately white, and then because they're white. You can't gish gallop hard like that. You have to pick one.
Okay.
Now
I'll
let
pick
me
that
answer one thing at a time. Let me answer one thing at a
okay,
time.
Go ahead.
Predominantly white, but there's context to that. The predominance of landowners are white. The predominance of impoverished people are black. That's not racial. That's just fucking structural. That's a structural problem.
That's not structural, because structural means very different. It means that the structure is directed in that is made for that result, whereas it could be just a natural outcome. Okay, so that
it's not incidental that Boers have all that land. That's a byproduct of apartheid. That was an institution.
Well,
that was a legal construct.
When did apartheid end?
But they didn't transfer the land back. They still have that land from dirt that they acquired when it was illegal for black people to own land.
Yeah, but
They didn't redistribute. They're redistributing land now.
Okay, let me ask you: are white farmers being targeted because they are white?
I don't have any kind of substance these are. There's no. When ISIS kills somebody for being American, there's propaganda. Why is there no propaganda amongst the South African crime gangs of these white victims being political? There's no evidence that it's political except from alt-right commentators. There's no black proponents of land redistribution that are celebrating these murders.
So you're saying that white farmers are not being murdered because they're white?
No, not because they're white. Are they killing poor white people that don't have farms, or are they killing rich white people?
Well, they're killing poor white people also, but yeah.
Being killed for being white would mean you don't have anything of value to take. meaning that they're just killing white people that are walking down the street or killing white people that are eating a
So it's
sandwich.
okay if they kill white
these
people
are-
as long as it's not.
No, see,
Is that
here's
what
the
you're
problem. Whenever I make a distinction on anything, people turn around and go, "Oh, so you're saying that it's okay?" No, I'm just saying it's different. It's different than if somebody fucking punitively kills someone for their race.
By the way, I'm
But
not
it-
admitting to your premise. I'm just saying, like, what you're saying is, oh, they're just robbing them, no big deal. That's kind of how it
I'm not
sounds.
saying no big deal. I'm saying that racial killings are a different form of crime than robberies that involve killing. They're just different. It's a byproduct. It's not a. There's not a political agenda here. It's not a conspiracy.
So you're basically saying that it's okay to kill whites.
No, see, again, this is funny. I go, apples are not oranges. You're like, oh, you're saying oranges suck, huh?
No, you're basically saying that it's okay. I mean, you're tacitly saying.
No.
Okay, so
Because
are you saying is it bad to kill white people in South Africa?
it's bad to kill anyone anywhere.
Okay, can you say it is bad to kill white people in South Africa?
It's bad. I'm not going to say it's bad to kill white because again, that's a
Just
piece of
say it.
that's a piece
Just
of
say
Wait,
it.
why can't
that's
you
a piece
say
of
it?
adjective
can't you
prop.
say it?
It's bad for. Are white people not part of everyone everywhere? Is it that? Why do I have to? Why do they need affirmative action rhetorically? Why do I need to single them out?
Ask you the following question. It's wrong to kill black people in America.
Sure.
Say it.
Yeah, of course, but it's wrong to kill anyone in America.
No. Can you please say it is wrong to kill black people in America? Can you please say that?
All right, Ethan says it first, and then I'll say the white people thing.
Okay, sure. It's wrong to kill
It
black
is
people
wrong.
in America.
Wait. Yeah, I don't think Coach has a
Wait,
problem.
get ready.
saying
Why,
it.
this is Ethan Ralph ruining
It's
his career.
wrong.
Go ahead, say it's wrong to
Why
kill
would
black
that
people.
be
Go ahead.
ruining my career?
Tomorrow morning, you're going to see that Ralph Retort has 2 viewers. You said it was wrong to kill black people? Go ahead, Ethan. If it doesn't matter, go ahead, dude.
Go ahead.
It's wrong. Okay, let me say this. First off, if somebody's trying to take your shit or trying to rob you or trying to rape you, obviously it's not wrong to kill those people.
Mhm.
It is
Correct.
wrong to kill innocent black people. I would say that, yes.
Okay.
Now,
So
can
the-
you say the same thing? It's
you-
wrong to kill
You
innocent
violated
white
the
people?
orthodoxy of white nationalism by admitting there are innocent black people. But look, I've mentioned I was on your
But
program and
Ethan
said that it's
isn't a
wrong
white
that the Boers
nationalist.
are being killed.
I've never claimed the. I don't understand. I mean,
I didn't call you white
if
nationalist. I said-
somebody if somebody's committing violence against you or trying to steal your property or trying to rape your wife, of course there's nothing wrong with killing those people. But
Oh,
Yeah,
come on,
if you're-
Bronx.
if you're just-
Bronx, you're such an NPC. You're such an NPC. You're unwilling
How's
to
that?
look because you are so unwilling to say the verboten sentences. It's wrong to kill white people in South Africa. That
Well,
is
no,
one
it's
of the
wrong to kill-
verboten- it's
I-
one of the
I
verboten.
said what I
said it.
said. Why won't you fucking say what
I
you
Say
said
it.
it. I said it on your program that it's
Say
wrong.
it
what's happening to the
now.
Boers. It's wrong.
say it.
It was wrong for people to kill the Boers and rob them and all that stuff. It's wrong. Those are the white people of South Africa, the Boers.
Is it wrong? I mean, just so that we're clear.
Of
So
course,
it is wrong.
it can never be right to kill. It can be never. It's never right to kill civilians, bro.
See, but
Never.
see how hard it was? It was like fucking pulling teeth to get you to say something so incredibly
No, because you know what it
uncontroversial.
is?
Because you're an
Imagine
NPC that follows the NPC logic of the left. Jesus, man. Why do you think people are so pissed off about the NPC meme? Because it's true. Nobody's ever pissed
Every
off about
political
things that are
movement has
false.
orthodoxy. You're talking about orthodoxy. That's an old.
Well, you're an orthodox.
You,
You're a fucking yarmulke wearing leftist for
every-
crying out loud. Or what's the name of the?
no, but
the little
every
curls?
political movement has orthodoxy. There's things you can't say. If you said them, you'd lose your audience. The same thing with Ethan if he said certain things.
Okay, but
If
you're saying
Ethan was
that
like, "Oh,
Ethan
fucking, I
is
love the
is
ADL, bro,"
white
he'd be gone.
supremacist. You're saying that Ethan is a white supremacist when everybody
No,
knows
I didn't
that
say
he's
that.
married to
Why
like
would
a
I say
Paki.
I love the ADL? Anybody with a brain hates the ADL. You don't have to be alt right or fucking white nationalist to see
No.
the scumminess of that organization. Matter of fact, you're Antifa far left. You don't fucking like the ADL. Don't try to LARP like you do.
Again, I agree with them sometimes, and I disagree with them sometimes.
You're pro-Palestinian. What are you talking about? You love the ADL. I guess you're
Well,
gonna
again, no, I didn't say I love.
shackles for Bibi Netanyahu's re-election
No,
campaign
I didn't
next.
say
Is that
I
what you're
said
telling
that
me?
the ADL is an important organization in terms of defending American Jews from
They're full of
anti-Semitism.
shit. Fuck the ADL. They can suck my dick.
No, Ethan is not a white supremacist or a white nationalist. I'm not making that accusation here. Ethan fucks himself by having these people on, and then he goes, "I don't know nothing about that. I'm just a little good boy." every other guest that he has on is a white nationalist, white
Well, guess
supremacist.
who we're going to have on tomorrow night? Kevin Logan.
We-
Is that a white supremacist, white nationalist that you hate right there? Is that one of the people you hate? You gonna call
No,
him out? You gonna talk shit about him? Go ahead.
no. Look, I
He's
already
gonna
had
be on
my
our show tomorrow night. Is that a problematic
I had-
person or?
I had my discussion with Kevin Logan about all this stuff.
Well,
so
he's
I'm
gonna
not
be on
going
the
to call
kill
him
train
out.
tomorrow night. So what?
I've been on the kill train a bunch of times. I'm not a white nationalist.
Yeah, you have been. So what are
Yeah.
you
Wait, why do you
about?
keep saying that the Ralph retort is white nationalist? Ethan, are you a white nationalist?
No.
Please respond.
No.
I'm- Obviously, I'm married to a fucking Packy. What?
You're,
are
you're
you
not
talking
answering the
about?
question, Ethan. Are you a white nationalist?
You're conflating what someone is, but as opposed to what they traffic in. What's the political substance
Ethan,
of that
you
show?
traffic in white nationalism.
That makes no sense. Well, guess who else? So I've had Richard Spencer on the show. Guess where else he's been? CNN,
Where?
CBS, ABC.
Yeah, but on CNN
White
they didn't agree with
nationalist,
him.
white nationalist, white nationalist.
all these places have had the same guests
But
on
they
their
didn't
show.
agree with him. They didn't have Zidane licking Peter Brimlow's balls for a place in the ethno state.
I don't know every single thing he said on the show.
Yes, he did. He asked Peter Brimlow if he would have a place in the ethno state, and Gator is also. See, the thing is, you don't do your own dirty work. You have your henchmen do it for you. So Gator goes, yup, Lana Luktef, you're right, yup, and you go, oh, I'm neutral, man.
Okay, you can stop now. First off, it wasn't Brimlow that he asked that to. It was Richard Spencer. And I don't know if you know this, but that was a fucking joke. That was a comedy line that Zidane delivered. I'm not sure if you're aware of this.
Okay, so let's clarify. Zidane is not pro-white.
The ticket to the ethno state was a fucking joke.
No, it's fine. Zidane's not pro-white. Let's get some clarification. You want to clarify you're not an alt-right platform? Is Zidane pro-white?
No, wait, I'm saying the whole golden
Okay.
ticket to the ethno state is an obvious fucking
Okay.
comedy.
Okay, Zidane is pro-white. Let's establish that, right?
I can't speak for other people, Bronx. I'm just saying.
You don't know your own co-host position. You should fire him if you don't know his positions.
I'm
You can
You're
you
saying
can disavow that he's alt-right, but you can't disavow that he's pro-white. You're pro-white, and Gator is pro-white.
one. I'm not disavowing anything or anyone. I'm saying the whole golden ticket to the ethno state was obviously a joke. Like, what are you talking about?
Wait. Then what's that golden ticket I got in the mail the other day? What the fuck?
Let's say,
I'll
we'll name
I'll
his-
ask both of you, what is the difference between pro-white and alt-right?
Pro-white
know. I
and
don't
alt-right?
What's the difference? What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm just laughing here, but you go on. You tell me. What's the difference between pro-white and the alt?
No, I don't think there's a difference, but there seems to be a constituency in these programs that platform the alt-right that somehow there's a difference between pro-white and alt-right. And Zidane has talked about being pro-white on your show, and Gator has talked about being pro-white on Yakeem's show.
Being pro-white.
Excuse me?
What's wrong with being pro-white?
Okay, so you do make a distinction between alt-right and pro-white.
You a question based on your statements. What's wrong with being pro-white?
Yeah. Good point.
Pro-white is alt-right.
But what's wrong
No.
with being pro-white?
The same thing that's wrong with, is there something wrong with being alt-right?
No. I'm asking you the specific question that Ethan's on the money. What's wrong
Yeah,
with
because
being pro-white?
pro-white is a specific ideological position. It has specific agendas. It has specific politics, and the most kind of important thing about it is that it doesn't understand what pro-black means. It's supposed to be a retort to pro-black, but there's no need for a progressive movement for white people in terms of not economics, but in terms of culture and social standing. White people don't need progressive social politics. They don't.
Then how come white people are discriminated against in education, discriminated against in government contracts, discriminated against in a whole host of issues, even the criminal justice system? How come?
You telling me Whitey can't eat at the Woolworth counter?
Well, tell me, government contracts, they prioritize minority-owned businesses. Education prioritizes the protected classes or minority classes, and even some, not all.
So
because
what you're
Asians
saying
are
are that
the
white
wrong
people
kind.
are underrepresented. That's what you're saying.
They are. What's the population of the United States, the white population of the United States?
What
80,
about 70%?
70%?
Yeah.
That includes white Hispanics, bro. That again, if you really broke that number down into Anglos, it would be a lot lower. They're including white-skinned Dominicans, please.
Who are you trying to argue against? It seems like you're.
Yeah, because no, he knows.
I mean, again-
Bronx blogger knows. Bronx knows the following: that see, if you add up the students currently at Ivy League schools, they are not representative of the general population. Minorities are disproportionately represented in the Ivy League enrollment, and he knows that, and I know that.
That's absurd. You telling me the majority of people at Harvard are black?
No, the majority of the students at Harvard and the other Ivies are disproportionate number of minorities, of various minority groups.
Like
Jews,
What?
like Asians, like
oh my God, Jews aren't white. You've been down here in the atmosphere too long, my man.
Jews themselves. Look,
Jews are white.
they're not white.
Jews are white. They are white men. They've always been white men. You want to know what? Under American law, did Jews have the right to buy? Were they white men under the American Constitution?
Wait, what?
Were Jews white people under the American definition of white under the Constitution? When they
They've been considered non-white for what? Forever, basically.
could you own a Jew as a slave under the American Constitution
some
like you could a black
states-
person?
in some states.
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, come on.
You can't,
You
Jewish
get so
people
wrapped up
were
because you know
Jewish
you're
people were involved in the
losing.
slave trade.
What?
Jewish people were involved in the slave trade because they were white men, bro.
No, wait. What did you just say? Jews were
There were
involved.
Jewish people. There were Jewish people who were involved in the slave trade because they were white men and they were allowed to buy and sell slaves as white
You're
men.
not supposed to say things like that, Bronx. You better be careful.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to
Careful.
happen to me. I
No,
can always
you keep on
clarify my
talking
statement.
that way about Jewish people. You know,
Wrong.
people are going to say that you're a white nationalist, that you're an
No,
anti-Semite.
Jewish people are white to me, buddy. They're white to me. If they're fair skinned, like they're not like
So that's
swarthy
why,
or whatever,
yeah.
they're white.
So if you think about it, you know, the state of Israel is, for all intents and purposes, a bastion of white colonialism in the Middle East, and by your logic, it should be
You
expunged
won't
from
get
the
a
Middle East.
disagreement from the left on that one, buddy boy. You're not going to see the left go, man, Netanyahu's my hero.
He's your hero, but so you're a white nationalist. What the fuck?
No,
Make
no,
up your
no.
mind.
You're not going to get the left telling you that Netanyahu is some kind of hero. We side with the Palestinians on that one.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, you and me are white, bro. You and me are white Latin people. We're white-skinned and we're Latin. We're racially white. Not ethnically, but racially we're white, and that's fine. But that also means fair-skinned Jews are white.
I be racially. I la raza, man. You saying that I'm not cabrón, man? We're down with la raza, hijo de puta. I be Latino.
Do you identify as brown?
Fuck yeah, I'm like brown as fuck. Look at me. See?
I've
Can
seen
see
you.
me? Can
You're
see me right now?
fair-skinned. You are not the Gano at all. Are you kidding me? What is it? You got a
The keynote
suntan
I'm
this
doing
week?
right now, the keynote I'm doing now, I ain't white anymore. I'm sort of like fucking digital blackface, really. But
Well, there's a lot of racial politics being Latin. You know that.
no, explain it to us.
What constitutes white, black?
Right, so-
You would know, man. You're from, bro. You know that white is a weird definition in Latin America. It's a weird demarcation point for us in terms of race.
Oh man, I'm just fucking with you, man. Look,
Yeah.
look. My thinking paused is that see, you're like totally an NPC when it comes to like politics. Okay, it's fun to have you around for a laugh on the other stuff on the internet shit, right? But you don't want to admit the inner contradictions of your leftist position because you're too enamored of it. Your identity, your sense of self depends on it. You know. And also keep in mind.
What do you mean contradictions?
Well, you know, I just pointed out, for instance, that the demographics of the Ivy League schools are not representative, right? And you can't accept that, but it's true. I tried to get you to admit that, you know, essentially white lives matter in South Africa, and it was like pulling teeth. You know fundamentally
Well,
that
you want me here's the thing, and I'll give you this piece of advice for the future when you get into debates. Never let the other side put talking points in your mouth, because then what's the point of you even showing up?
Dude,
you know,
I'm shooting the shit here. I'm not. This isn't for me a structured debate. This is me having a laugh. Okay, and
yeah, but it's a discussion, and so I mean, you wouldn't want me putting talking points, you know, in your mouth. Even when Ethan talked, I didn't say, Ethan, say Black Lives Matter, because It's
Did you
bad
say white
etiquette to
lives
be like,
matter?
Didn't say don't kill black people, and I said that.
right,
And
but that's good enough. I didn't need you to spell out the meme.
say you shouldn't kill white people. That was your response.
I made it clear that it's wrong what's happening to the Boers. I made it clear on your show, and I made it clear here. It's a problem. It's a criminal problem. It is not an ethnic political genocide being committed by some kind of paramilitary force.
That's the thing. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's gotten a little boring, Bronx. So I'm gonna have to. It's been a blast, but I'll have to see. Just enough of this stuff of calling us white nationalists. Because let me ask you something. What do you think is the purpose of calling?
Oh, you're not a white. My
I'm
point
not.
is not that. My point is not that Ethan is a white nationalist.
Okay.
And again, I'm trying to make a point about
You're saying don't
the
have
difference.
nationalists on my show. Basically, is what you're saying.
Excuse me?
You're saying don't have white nationalists on your show, even though CNN, ABC.
No. Again, you're robbing me of context. If you're gonna have white nationalists on the show and you don't agree with them, then don't agree with them on the show and do it forcefully.
A white nationalist.
Excuse me?
Is Kevin Logan a white nationalist?
No. But I guarantee you that if he brings out some leftist stuff, you'll disagree forcefully. You won't go, oh yeah, communism's cool, bro. Whatever. Yeah, that's fine, man. I get it. I get the communism, bro.
Oh, here's something interesting.
My point is that
Interesting.
CNN
Hang on.
openly disagrees.
Hang on,
Sorry.
Bronx. No, that's quite all right. The Geeker asks, ask you, by the way, if Jews are white, why do you support a white identity group like the ADL?
Oh my! I mentioned that I don't agree with them on everything. I don't agree with them on the state of Israel. But if the ADL comes out, and again, there are Muslim organizations where I don't agree with them on stuff, and if they come out and say you shouldn't be shooting Palestinian kids in the face, I'll go, yeah, Hamas, that's a good point. I don't want Hamas to.
Admit that you hate Jews. Just admit that you hate Jews. Get over
That's
it.
absurd. As much time as I've spent on the internet defending Jewish people, it's absurd that you would make that claim.
Just say it.
No, absolutely not.
Just
But-
say
I
it.
don't hate any classification of people.
Don't you
Just
admit?
say
Yeah, the Jews are basically they have an ethno-state in the Middle East, a neo-colonial ethno-state, and it should be wiped off the face of the earth. Don't you agree with that statement?
I don't believe the Jews have anything. Israel exists, and right now it has an ethno-nationalist position, but they have democracy there. If
No,
they
they
put
don't. No, they
Likud
don't.
out,
No, they don't, because they disenfranchise their Arab population. Arabs can't
I know
vote.
this. I understand.
Yeah, so it's not a democracy.
It's a
really.
problem. I'm not a fan of the ruling party in Israel. My solution for Israel is that they integrate into one neutral state. The Palestinians and the Israelis come to a peace. They destroy the open air prison and just become one integrated country through treaties. That's it.
So right now you'd agree that Israel is a white ethno-state. You'd agree with that?
I would say they're operating as a white ethno state right now under the
And so
Likud
you're
party, not
opposed to
the
that,
Jews. I'm opposed to the existing government of Israel. Yes.
So any Jew who supports Israel, to your way of thinking, is a white supremacist.
People who support Likud are white supremacists. Yes. People who support the ADF are white supremacists.
That's the majority of Israelis that support Likud. They're in power.
Oh well. Oh well.
Are you going to disavow or?
No, well, there's plenty of Jewish people that hate Likud in Israel. Are you kidding me? Of course, there's plenty of left-wing Jewish people.
In America who hate Likud. I'm talking about
That's
the
right.
Jews in fucking Jewistan, Israel.
What about them? The majority of Jews are vote for that party, but that doesn't mean that every Jew in that country supports an ethno state.
It's the actual Likud party.
Okay, but it's not a one party system. They can be defeated. They're a left wing Israeli political party, and they have representation.
Okay, well, go ahead and defeat them because it hasn't been looking good for the last 10 years as far as people that want to defeat Likud.
I can't control politics in other countries, buddy. I can only vote in one.
You can sit here and suck Jewish cock and do all this and that.
See, you say this, and then when somebody takes this and says you're an anti-Semite, you go, "Oh no, I'm a good boy. Robbie's a good baby."
Anti-Likud, 100%. Am I anti-people trying to...
You didn't say Likud. You said Jew, dick. You said Jew, not Likud. You said Jew.
Call it whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. I don't care. You can call it Jew, Likud. I don't give a fuck.
Is anti-Semitism a real thing? That's a good question for you. As much as it's appeared on your show, do you believe that anti-Semitism is a real thing?
Well, yeah, you're anti-Semitic because you want the elimination of the state of Israel.
Are some people anti-Semitic? Sure. I'm anti fucking Likud influence, AIPAC.
So why do you say Jews instead of Likud? I say it all the time. Likud. I say the party's name. Why do you say Jews? Why do you say Jew?
What's wrong with saying they're Jewish, right? I mean, is that wrong or?
Do you think it's fair for someone?
Is there some type of offense? Like just saying the word Jew is that some type of offensive?
When you say the Jews and you're making a disparagement like that, it's unfair to Jews who are not into Likud. It's really not fair.
Jews. I said you were sucking Jewish dick. I didn't say the Jews, like all Jewish dicks. I mean, maybe you are sucking all Jewish dicks. I don't know, but
that's extreme semantics. But I mean, you take it from
it's what I said.
Just because you agree with someone politically doesn't mean that you're like kissing the ring. It's just those are my positions.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is, do I hate all Jews? No, I don't. I mean, and that might be, some people that might listen to the show, whatever, might not like that. I don't hate all Jews. No, I don't. The Jews I don't care for, Likud party members, Benjamin Netanyahu, the people who try to influence our foreign policy that's gotten thousands and thousands of my fellow citizens fucking maimed, murdered.
But that has nothing to do with Jews. There's plenty of neoconservatives that are not Jewish. Plenty.
Treasury for the Greater Israel Project. Yes, I fucking hate that. I fucking despise that.
So you hate Trump.
Who knows it? I don't care if
you hate Trump.
Fuck all that fucking shit.
Trump's a neoconservative, and he's a white man. Bush was a neoconservative. He's a white man.
What are you talking about? No.
Who moved the embassy in Israel?
He's pro-Israel, but to call him a neocon is not quite. Okay. Anyway, by the way,
he's not angling for Iran.
Yeah. Okay. A quick shout out to a couple of people. Samurai Squirrel says, CRP advice. I talked to 3 or 4 different girls today, had trouble keeping interest with a couple. How long before I take the hint from the body language? My suggestion is always leave them wanting more. Okay, if you talk to a couple of if you talk to anybody in any situation and they're laughing, when they're laughing, that's the moment to leave. Okay, and insofar as striking out with girls, well, it's just trial and error and experience. That's how you learn. Lucky Contrarian, ask Bronx if he is anti-white. Well, I think that's basically the gist of this conversation. Sarah Sanderson's Hocus Pocus memes. Jews are Semites. That's why it's called anti-Semitism. Good point. Justin Brink. Sup, bro? Sup, bro? Right back at you, Justin. Lucky Contrarian. According to Paz, to be pro-Jew, you must be pro-white. Yeah, that sort of like sums it up. Now, doesn't it, Bronx?
Who is anti-white, and when have I ever espoused that I am anti-white ever? My mother is white, by the way.
In your fucking mouth?
Well, maybe your relationship with your mother was
my
not
mother
the
is
best.
a white European, so if my revolution is anti-white, what happens to my mother when the revolution comes? I kill her?
Do you love your mother? Tell us about your mother.
I love my mother very much. My mother's an Italian Roman Catholic mother. She's very loving and affectionate, and I treasure her care. So I can't imagine why I would want to kill half my family. That's very strange.
Well, different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? Coach.
My dad is Puerto Rican, and I dislike him a great deal. But that doesn't change my position about Puerto Ricans. I don't quantify things on whether or not I like my parents.
Exactly.
What?
What did he do? Why don't you like your father?
It's personal crap, family.
Well, you told us that you're AIDS positive or HIV positive. So I mean, I think that we've crossed that threshold of being too personal.
I mean, look, and he'll say, "Wow, Ralph, you're taking it there." I mean, you brought it up. You mentioned it. Why don't you like him?
No, I mean there was abuse in the family, and my father was but that's personal. That has nothing to do with politics. That's everything to do with stupid personal crap.
Well, come on.
My point.
Let's talk about it.
My point is that if it was you're making a claim that do you like your mother? Even if I didn't like my mother, I wouldn't hate everyone who reminded me of her because they were racially one way. And the same thing with my Puerto Rican. I don't disavow my Puerto Rican identity because I don't like my dad, for various failures as a father, rather than, you understand?
Yeah. Yeah, but
I mean, Stryker and those people all fucking crossed this Rubicon with me of like, oh, all Antifa are fucked up people, and that's why they're leftists and stuff like that. Everyone has problems, bro. Everybody.
Okay, so on that cheerful note, I see Loyal Logic is in the chat. Hey, Loyal, how's it going? And Observing Libertarian says, Coach, there are.
Bring him on. Get him on,
Okay,
Coach.
sure. I'll get Loyal Logic
on.
on. Why not? Yeah, just let me just you talk amongst yourselves while I figure this tech shit out because my aging boomer ass can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
You got to stream up. I can't take too much off you.
What?
I mean, you got it going. There were some problems there early on with the OBS and stuff, but you got it going. So I have to tip my hat to you.
Oh God, your hat tipping line is very low, my friend. I suck at this shit, man. Okay.
I mean, what do you think of that stuff, Ethan? Do you think that you push back against these alt-right people when they're on your show? Do you think that's unfair for me to go? You don't push back.
Assume because somebody's on my show that I agree with every single thing they've ever said.
Why don't you push back then? When they're on there, why don't you push back and tell them no? Well, I disagree, even softly.
With Eric Stryker over the legalization of drugs, for one example. I push back when I think it's necessary. Do I have to fucking spit in every single person's face who's ever appeared on the show? That's ridiculous. No, I don't.
I don't know. Again, people don't criticize CNN for having Richard Spencer on. Why do you think that is?
Because they're a fucking multinational conglomerate who has billions and billions of dollars behind them.
What do you think would happen if Rachel Maddow fucking agreed with Richard Spencer on anything on her show? What do you think people would say?
On plenty already. Nationalized health care, the evilness of the Israeli state. They agree on a lot more than you letting on here.
But again, her responsibility as a journalist, and again, I'm not a journalist, but you are a journalist.
That's not true. They agree on plenty.
But again, aside from that, your responsibility as a journalist is to challenge the people you interview, right?
I've challenged people. We had Richard Spencer on our show 2 days after his fucking domestic violence.
And what did you challenge him on? Politically, not personal drama.
Plenty. We challenged him on plenty.
Like
the specifics of the domestic abuse case, I believe.
That's personal drama. I mean politics. Where do you agree? Where do you disagree with the alt-right's agenda?
Well, actually, to be fair,
yourself. Go ahead, Coach. Yeah.
The only thing I do is disagree with the alt-right agenda, buddy. Remember who I am.
Bronx. Hang on. First of all, to defend Ethan here, he was bringing up the personal issues with what's his name, Spencer, because Spencer's name and he has become a figure such that even his personal life is sort of like political to an extent. Okay, so it was fair to talk about that personal shit on stream. I mean, like to other figures who are less controversial, I think that it would not be a big deal. But for Spencer, especially the people that support him, sure, it was pertinent. So to question was perfectly fine. Ethan, am I correct in that assessment?
I would agree. Yes. I mean, look, it would be like if just think about it. Say my wife files some domestic. I mean, it's public. It's a public issue once that happens, and you're a public figure. If Bronx's boyfriend filed domestic violence charges, of course it'll be a public issue.
Right. But my point is that's not political in the sense of their agenda when they show up on your show. Do you disagree with Mark Collette about the Holocaust? That's an important one.
Well, he never denied the Holocaust on my program.
He denied the extent of the Holocaust. You don't just have to say it didn't happen. You could deny the extent. That's still denial.
No, it's not.
But I have to say, just because you disagree with I do, doesn't mean you have to argue against them every time you run into them.
If it's your platform, see, here's the thing, right? Again, I don't have a personal thing with Ethan. I've made it very clear that our disagreements are political, right? It's ideological. If Ethan divested himself of alt-right triangulation, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? There would be no reason for me to
Ethan, you're the Dick Morris of the alt-right.
Exactly. I love the Dick Morris reference.
So you assume because he's around alt-right, that means he has to disavow them.
He's not just around them. He platforms them.
So
he
what?
empowers them.
That doesn't make no sense. So I am myself. I'm against alt right, but anytime I've ran into them, I don't make it my aim to challenge them. That doesn't make sense.
Would you have a pedophile on your platform and let them run wild with their fruity ideas? So then so what you're doing is you're nitpicking now. What I'm hearing is you're going to nitpick every guest he has on until you find either platforming counts or it does not. Would it be okay if you had a pedophile on your show and just let them?
Let me challenge you. So you're saying when Amos was on all the platforms, remember that guy that's on YouTube? So you're saying he should not be allowed on any platforms anywhere on the internet at all?
Yes.
Okay, then you're anti-free speech then.
Yeah,
I believe in limits. I believe in limits. No.
There's no gray area. But listen. Don't cut the crap cake. Either you are pro free speech or not. There's no gray area.
There's no gray area on speech. So we should make it legal for people to incite riots. That's free speech absolutism.
That's not free speech, and you know it's not.
No, because everybody knows that
that's not free speech.
Hang on a second. By the way, for chat and for anybody listening, Loyal Logic joined us. He's a great channel, and you should catch him. I'll put the link in the description. Now, insofar as free speech is concerned, there are some clearly defined limits to free speech that have been defined
correct. That's
decades,
my point.
Right. Yeah, and so incitement is one of them. Okay, but what you're saying, there's a great deal of difference between incitement, which is prohibited, and putting somebody on your show whose views that you disagree with or find abhorrent. Now, in my own case, or frankly, if anybody were to put up on their stream or anywhere a conversation with Amos Yee, for instance, big fucking deal.
Yes.
Amos Yee, do I agree with him? No. I actually, I've only flagged 2 videos, and one of them was the Amos Yee video that basically advocated pedophilia, which I thought was beyond the pale. But having him on the show to push back on him, that's perfectly legitimate use of free speech. And in point of fact, it's a kind of free speech.
So you have my standard. You can have abhorrent scum on as long as you push back hard enough. Then that's you doing your job. Thank you for accepting my frame.
You don't have to, is my point. You can hear their position and let them go on their merry way.
Yes, exactly.
Is pedophilia a position or is it a crime?
Listen. So, for example, let's say I'm talking to a Nazi. I don't need to tell the Nazi he's bad. He's going to do it on his own. So by him talking, he's burying himself. So why do I need to say he's bad when everybody else, I think we all can agree, Nazis are not good people.
Why
so
even show? Well, obviously, if people are spamming 1488 in the chat, we don't agree that Nazis are bad people. No, bullshit.
It's a troll, dude. I talked about this myself. If you don't understand it, yes, there are going to be people that take it seriously. But for you to sit there, anybody sit there on the internet, this is a fantasy land. All these people in the chat right now, they're just trolling. Man, a lot of these people, they work.
This is not a fantasy land.
Listen,
sure
a lot of
is.
these people, listen, a lot of these people work, listen, dude. A lot of these people work 9 to 5 shit jobs all day. Do you think they really want to come home and still be the same person? What if they want to get online and be someone they're not, just to be something? Now, I'm not saying
the internet doesn't affect the real world.
Okay, but if it will, if you focus on it, if you sit there and you go, "Oh my God!" Look.
So which one is it? A fantasy world? Or is it an actual thing that affects
Boogie.
politics?
I did a thing on Boogie. I just did a video. I love Boogie 2988. But I said he needs to get off the internet for a while, because what he is doing is he is thinking that these people spamming 1488, saying the N-word and all this stuff, he thinks it's reality. He's become so centered that this is the real world, and it's not. I've been to 43 states, and I've been to the Deep South, and I've rarely ran into people that have these hateful ideologies that I see on the internet all the time. It's not the real world.
No, absolutely not. Then
you live on the internet.
Loyal. Give Bronx a little rope here. Let's see him hang himself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, if it doesn't matter, then it should be fine for us to deplatform you, because this is just a game. It doesn't affect the real world. It doesn't affect real politics.
No, because you have the right to say we're wrong. Anybody else is wrong that's saying it. For example,
but this is just the game. Why does it matter if you get to play or not? It doesn't affect the real world. It's just a fantasy.
Because I will allow you to play the game as well. All the rules are set equally. they're all saying, for example, I like Trump, you probably don't, but guess what? I for you. I want you to tell me why you don't like Trump. I'm not going to sit
The
here.
internet didn't help elect Trump. He's not the second internet president because it helped elect Barack Obama. They're both internet presidents. So it's real or it's a game. Which one?
That's completely different. You're conflating two different things. And you know what you're doing right now. So stop, don't do that.
Oh my goodness. Why the fuck does the president have a Twitter account if this is a bullshit game that's just like Xbox Live? You can turn it off and it doesn't matter.
You're conflating an online chat room with a real person's Twitter. These are all faceless accounts. I want you to look at the chat right now. None of these people have real names. None of these people have real accounts. These are faceless.
The people on Ethan Ralph's show are real people. They have faces and they are advocates.
So they're
not the chat.
So okay, what I want you to do then is I want you to screenshot and go and hey, look, this is a real person. All these people have faceless accounts. You can't compare a person that has a Twitter account with their face on it to a faceless account. And that's what Boogie does.
There are plenty of faced Twitter accounts, including Richard Spencer, that are white nationalists.
And I agree.
And
I said that earlier. And I said that earlier. Of course, there is going to be some. I'm not going to argue that point with you. But what you're doing is you're saying everybody that does it is really meaning it.
It doesn't matter whether they mean it or not. It doesn't matter whether you're a good boy at home. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you do, not what you feel, what you do.
So it matters. So
yes, on the internet.
Okay, so
on the internet, it matters what you do.
So if let's say I'm in power and I don't like what you're saying right now, you're saying if I have the power, if I'm in power right now, because I don't like what you're saying, I can put you in a gulag.
My problem is not that I don't like. My problem is that it's dangerous. It has nothing to do with like or dislike. We're talking about danger to a society at large. We're talking about the internet electing political candidates. Okay, we're talking about people who have monopoly on violence.
Who's society? Who's society? Because you're just saying society is a blanket statement, sir.
Yeah. There's only one society, pal.
No,
there's only one society.
No, there's not.
There's one Earth.
We live in
there's
a world.
One human society.
You're a globalist.
I live on a globe. Do you live on a fucking little small piece of dirt in the middle of the galaxy? You live on a globe.
I live in the United States of America, so I don't live in a globalist world. I live in a country.
So do you live under climate? Do you live? Do you share fresh water with the rest of the world? Do you live on a different planet? Is the United States a different planet?
So you're thinking someone in Portugal is sitting there worrying about what someone says on Ethan Ralph's chat is what you're telling me right now.
I think that it can be a threat to someone in Portugal if that enables a fascist to take political power because it's just a meme, bro. Yes.
So now,
I think politics matter. I don't think politics is a game.
So now you're saying the possibility of violence. It means that you could get someone deplatformed. It's not even violence per se. It's just a possibility.
I think that hate inevitably leads to violence.
But you hate me. But that's the thing. You hate me because I like Trump. So what? Where do we draw the line?
Who said hate? You said hate. I've never
said hate.
Okay, let's cut the crap.
When did I say hate? Who do I hate?
Just now.
Oh, God.
Who did I say I hate?
Dude. Like if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna play the political bullshit games of I love Trump supporters, but then behind closed doors,
my sister voted for Trump. I love my sister. What's your point,
she's your
pal?
sister. That's your sister. That's a completely different scenario.
There's nothing I can do about people. It's not personal. It's political.
Trump? Wait. I want to hear more about this. Wait, what?
My sister's an evangelical Christian. She's a one-issue voter. Her one issue is abortion. What do you want me to do, man?
Does she disavow you or?
No, me and my sister are cool.
Okay, so why shouldn't she disavow you then?
Because I'm her brother, and because my politics don't change who I am as a person.
There we go. Your politics.
If you're telling me that I want something to happen to Trump supporters where they can't get food or health care, or I've never made any of those positions.
That's not the position you're making. You're making it out to be that someone's politics is makes them who they are. But
what is the means to power in a civil society where people don't take power with guns?
So you're assuming these people want power. So you're assuming these people in the chat want power.
What is the point of political speech? It's not just masturbation. The point of political speech is to acquire political power, and the political power includes the monopoly of violence.
So where's your proof these people are political?
Politics are political, sir. Yes, politics are political. Where's the
politics? I'm looking at the chat right now. I don't see anything political. I see a bunch of
Heil Hitler which
It's
is
a
part of
troll.
1488, is a political statement, sir. Heil Hitler is politics.
Interesting. Oh, interesting. How big, how about this? Instead of you shouting and nonsense and bullshit, how big's the Nazi party currently in the world? How many members do they have?
How
many
big was the
members?
Nazi party when
many?
it
Look it
came
up.
to power in Germany, sir? How big was it in Germany?
Course,
It was very small.
The usual
and it was-
leftists going back
they
60
did not
plus years to
have-
prove their point.
listen
You
to
can't
me.
prove your point by the numbers
Everything
of today.
that I know
powerful-
about
how
the Ralph
powerful
retort
is
I
the
learned
Nazi-
from Nazi Germany,
How powerful
Goebbels.
is the Nazi party today, sir?
How powerful is the Communist Party today, sir?
They're not. They're not.
Okay,
powerful,
so I
sir.
guess there's no left. I guess there's no American left, and there's no threat of communism then, because the Communist Party itself is not coming to power.
No, people.
I guess
don't
you
feel
guys,
people
right wingers,
don't
should
feel
leave YouTube. There's no threat.
You know what's amazing? It's not that people feel communism. If it's the fear of it poisoning people's minds. They know these people are too stupid to
Interesting,
get in
because
power.
that's how I feel about the alt-right.
Well, guess
Thank
what?
you
We
for
feel the
making my
same. We
point
feel
for
the
me,
same,
sir.
sir. We feel the
Well, I
same.
guess we agree to disagree.
Well, yeah, because you're saying these people want to be political and get power, and that's ridiculous. It's
What
a
is the
ridiculous
point
statement.
of being political if not to
To
attain political
They're
power?
trolling. Do you not understand trolling? Like, you are taking it way too seriously, man. I'm against the alt-right 100%. But for you to sit there and act like these people are serious is a disservice to the people that are actually
My
against
point is the
alt-right.
people that are on his platform, not the people in the super chats. We're talking about actual advocates.
They're trolling. You are doing a disservice to the movement of anti-alt-righters, sir. You are. You don't realize it. You are acting fucking ridiculous. By you focusing on these trolls, you let people like Richard Spencer, who actually is not a Republican, he's a leftist. If you actually paid attention, he's a leftist. Oh, go look at the interview he did with. Look at the interview.
He's a leftist.
Yes, he's
Go
a
look at the
socialist on
interview he
social-
did with
on
Dinesh
economic
D'Souza.
policy,
He
yeah.
wants government control.
Let me explain
wants
something
government
to
control.
you about leftism. Leftism doesn't include white nationalism. Full stop.
Okay,
There's nothing else that
so
can balance out his
amazing.
position on white nationalism.
Oh, so white
Amazing you
nationalism
don't know
is
your
the,
history,
is the
sir.
anti-white nationalism is the number one position of the leftist parties? Is that it?
You cannot include any form of racial or ethno-nationalism in left-wing politics. Not black
So what do you
nationalism,
do?
not white
Sir,
nationalism.
Why do the extremist black nationalists vote left? So why? Why?
Louis
Because
Farrakhan
you guys are
supports Trump. He voted for
anti-racial
Trump.
politics?
Who did Louis Farrakhan vote for?
If he voted for Trump, he did the wrong thing because he's anti-Jewish. And who knows? He could have been saying that to stir a movement up, sir.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
But I
come
love how
on.
you
Louis
focus.
Farrakhan's not a leftist.
I love. Yeah, that's fine. So he's
Who are the black
anti-Jewish
nationalists in the
So
left?
he's
Who are the
pro-Trump,
black
even though he's
nationalists?
pro-Israel. I want you to think about that, sir.
Louis Farrakhan's a leftist?
He's anti-Jewish, and Trump is pro-Jewish. He's got deep ties in the Jewish community. Sir,
Anti-Judaism is left-wing philosophy?
yes, sir, it is. What the hell are you
Coach?
talking about?
Is
Well, hang
being
on a second, hang on.
anti-Semitic a left-wing position?
Hang on, it is. Being anti-Semitic at this time? Well, hang on. You got to do super chats. Sarah Sanderson's Hocus
Go ahead.
Pocus memes. There's nothing inherently wrong with questioning aspects of the Holocaust. Historical events aren't religious dogmas. Learn to think critically. Well said. Anime Pro, just wanted to say I missed part of this stream because I was getting my D wet while you nerds argued online. Lol. Sunset yourself, AIDS blogger rather. Sorry. Barry. Sorry, I'm gonna screw this up. Barry Blutenick. PB and J to the chat. Peanut butter and jelly to the chat. Unfortunately, I just had that Snickers bar, and that was all I had to eat. Sorry. But anyway, going back to this thing, being what was the question? Being anti-Semitic is a left-wing position?
Yeah, think about the absurdity of that when the people marching in Charlottesville are screaming, Jews will not replace us. Those are
Why
leftists?
do you guys
Yeah,
go back to
but
Charlottesville?
it could be that both the left and the right are anti-Semitic, couldn't it?
But
Yes.
it's not, my point is that it's not a left-wing position.
But you're
There's
against
nothing
the state of
leftist
Israel.
about being
you're
a fucking
against the state of
anti-Semite.
Israel, aren't you?
An anti-Semite is someone who is against Jews
Yeah,
everywhere,
Jews
all over
are
the
in
world.
favor of the state of Israel.
Liberal Jews are also Jews. So until I'm against every Jew, I'm not an anti-Semite. That's the
Oh,
point.
you're
Why do you hate Jews,
selectively
Bronx?
anti. So why do you hate Jews?
Yeah, I don't get that position.
Being
Either you're
anti
pro-Jew
a
or
group
not.
of people means you're against them based on who they are. Being anti-black means you hate all black people. Being anti-Semitic means you hate Jewish people.
So why
How
do
do
leftists, when
dictionaries
you
not
call-
exist?
Why are we platforming this guy? He hates Jews. I'm not sure I'm
Yeah.
comfortable being.
Oh,
on
Ralph.
that.
I'm not comfortable being with an
I'm
just saying,
anti-Semite like
this guy
yourself.
hates
Yeah.
Jews.
See,
I'm
that's
You
a
hate
troll. And
I'm
Ralph's
not sure I can be
trolling
on
you.
the same stream with this guy. He hates Jews. Like his virulent Jew hatred
it
is
doesn't
just
look
like
good for you,
jumping through
Ralph.
the screen.
It's a very bad image for you, Ralph.
That's tough. I can't. Ugh.
No, it's a very bad image for Bronx Blogger. You hate Jewish people. I got a quote. I'm gonna
No,
click that
absolutely not.
No, I understand
Absolutely
what he
not.
meant. I understand what he meant. But my point is
No,
that
I
you're-
don't. Why do you
I
hate
don't-
Jews?
yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. What is it? The nose? What?
Yeah, what is it? Is the hair or the
I have my own big Mediterranean nose.
is the food the gefilte fish? What's
I love the food. Are you kidding me? You never had pastrami? You're not from New York. You pastrami on rye? Forget it.
Forget about it.
Cultural appropriation. Yeah. Pastrami and rye, cultural appropriation. What the fuck is the matter with
All
you,
my
Bronx
point
Blogger?
is, man, is you focusing on all this shit, these trolls, it's doing a disservice to people that are really going against the alt-right, and you just
My
don't realize it. You don't realize
My channel has confronted figures of
Who
relevance in
cares?
the alt-right.
Bronx, no,
That's
but-
my
Who
point.
cares?
My
You're-
point is that it's not.
it. Buddy, what have you done in the real, and this is a real question because I pose it to a lot of people, and it's not to be a dick. What have you done in the real world in
I'm
your
active in my
community?
labor union.
And no,
I'm
in your
active in
community.
my
No,
labor
I don't
union.
care about your
Yeah,
union.
part
I'm talking
of
about
being
your-
active in my community is my union helping me to organize and show up for community action.
What are you
Okay,
doing there,
community-
Bronx Blogger? Are you moving a dead body? Is it a dead Jewish body?
No,
Yeah, I've
I
been
had
hearing
to.
that. I'm like,
Pakistan
what the-
part
I'm in
two.
a
with
chair.
the-
I had to move.
Okay, so anyway, look, this is kind of going nowhere. Actually, Bronx, I'm interested
Yeah.
in you ask about something completely different. Okay, what
Yeah.
you as a leftist, as a man of the left, right, or a good
Yeah.
commie,
Yeah.
as we say, one of the people that we're going to be looking up when the revolution starts, right? What do you think of the whole skeptic dumpster fire?
I mean, look,
what
man,
do you think by
you
that?
know-
Sorry. And what do you think of the stellar performance of your confreres, Kevin Logan and Christy Winters in the latest little episode? Sorry, please go ahead. What do you think of that whole scene?
foaming out the mouth.
It's no secret that I'm one of the original anti-Sargonites. There are plenty of memes featuring that. This splitting this hair of like Sargonites versus the alt-right is like somebody asking you, like what kind of cancer do you want? Do you want brain cancer, lung cancer? Which one do you prefer? It's like
Lung cancer.
it's so hard to make up my mind when you guys fight because there's such little difference in
Jesus
moral
Christ.
premise. There's such a small difference in moral premise. Like you guys agree that there's like an anti-white conspiracy, but Sargon's like, no, we should use liberalism to beat that. And then the alt-right's like, no, we need to deport people.
I like how you
But,
say
you know,
you
look-
guys are like painting everybody in the same fucking like ideology camp. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. You're stereotyping
Look,
Bronx
again,
Blogger.
Christy Winters and Kevin Logan, these are obviously people that I've supported for a long time. And, I don't know if I would have
Guess where
gone
Kevin
on
Logan's
the
going to be
same-
tomorrow night, Bronx.
That's fine. I haven't
Plugging
criticized him about
Ethan,
that.
The Ralph retort. Yeah.
Why? But why criticize him? It's
streaming.
getting your ideas out to a different audience. Why wouldn't you be
If Kevin
praising that?
Logan shows up and agrees with the alt-right about the Jews, he can fuck off.
It's not about
Okay.
that though, Bronx Blogger. Your message is going to a platform you disagree with. You should be praising
I've
that.
been on the Ralph
Man,
Retort multiple times, more than any leftist living has been me.
Bronx, just Sunset Bronx, because I want to talk about Streamy real quick before I have
Okay.
to sunset
Sorry,
myself.
Bronx.
That's
it's been
fine.
A pleasure.
That's fine.
And
Thank you,
we-
Coach.
We'll do it next week because I think we're going to do this like
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
Nice talking with you, man.
Yeah, why
Take
not?
it easy.
All right, fellas. All right.
So, Loyal Logic, that's your name, right? I've seen.
Yeah,
I've seen a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
of your
What's up,
videos
buddy?
from last week. I saw a couple of your videos. The streamy thing you weren't too high on.
Well, no, because listen, Ralph, this is what I really fear is that, and this is something I was telling Andy about, is that, it's all good that everybody went over to another platform, but if you notice what everybody went over there so quick, which is fine, but then Andy did something, you know, it kind of built up to where a lot of eyes are on it. And my whole point about it is that I believe it will over time might get taken down. Now, I obviously said, you saw my video, I don't want that to happen. I'm obviously pro kill stream because it's freedom of speech, but it's just like, I don't want it to get taken down. And I was kind of like, okay, everybody needs to stay cool for a month and not do anything crazy. And then after a month, obviously all eyes are off you guys. It's all good. You know, go back to the troll. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, they're the ones that brought us to that platform. It wasn't just something that took over. Like, they actually encouraged us to come there. You know
I
mean?
agree.
So,
I think it's great. I think it's great. I just don't want you guys.
I mean,
to
can
get
anything last
again.
forever in this environment? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll just be honest with you, but you know, we're there. A lot of other people have come there. I know Coach has been checking it out as well. Mr. Medicare is talking about doing some streams there.
Oh, by the way, just in parentheses, I would have been dual streaming on StreamMe too, but sorry guys, that the tech is right now beyond me. Maybe next week or the week after that.
Well, you'll get it. You'll get it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people. It's not just us.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have gotten that snowball going down the hill.
Yeah.
Will it last forever? I don't know. I mean,
I hope it does.
We might not be alive tomorrow. I might be dead tomorrow. I mean, like, I could sit here and say, I'm not gonna lie to people. Will it last forever? No. But I'll just say I'm in contact with the people who actually run the site, and seems to be a pretty viable alternative, especially for those kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. I hope it stays that way. We need a platform for people to go to express whatever values. I mean, you could see I was defending you guys vehemently. I mean, it's ridiculous that anybody would act like trolls are trying to be serious. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, there's serious and there's not. Like, so some of the stuff you hear on the show, like, I mean, some of it is serious, some of it's not. I try to run an entertainment program.
Yeah.
So there are bits that are serious. There are bits that are not. I mean, I would think that's fairly obvious, but
obviously, I think anybody's two brain cells could tell.
Maybe not everybody wants to realize that. Is everything we say a joke? No. I mean, we talk about politics and we're very serious a lot of times. You know, but is there trolling as well? Yeah, of course. But I don't know. I've been very happy with StreamMe at this point in time, and I'm pretty excited to see where it goes.
My only concern is that, unfortunately, big tech will do anything. They will. They don't care. It's not even about you guys. It's just that they will use any excuse to deplatform people because of look at Bronx Blogger.
Well, I hear what he's saying. There are people who post 1488 in the chat as a joke. There are people who post it dead serious. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. There are people who are dead serious about what they're saying with the 1488 and stuff like that. And I personally don't have a problem with that. I don't think that should be stamped out.
I don't think so either. I don't care.
As long as you're following the law, I don't agree with deplatforming or taking people down because of their chat or for some super chat. I mean, I can't get behind that ever.
Yeah, it's just and my only thing was that you could have probably stayed on YouTube, because I remember, when the super chat thing happened. Do you remember when you were I wouldn't say you were censoring the super chats, but everybody kind of had an understanding that was donating, kind of not triggering it. Do you remember when you didn't even say it?
Look, I mean, if it's a call to violence or something like that, I'm not going to read that super chat.
Yeah.
Even now to this day, even on the new platform, because I'm just not going to do that. But, yeah, I mean, there were some problematic super chats. I'll tell you one thing. Had I actually talked to the Wall Street Journal reporter, I think that we would probably still be on YouTube to this day.
Yeah, because JF's still on. I made that point in my video. I said, well, JF's still on.
Yeah, I agree with that. Had I talked to her and said, some super chats say some things maybe I don't agree with. I read them because they're super chats, blah, 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 kind of try to kiss the ring. I think that we would still be on YouTube to this day. Now, there's a couple reasons I didn't. First off, fuck talking to the press, but I've also talked to the press 2 or 3 other times in my career, and every single time it bit me in the ass. And I had been talking about it for 2 or 3 months straight. Don't talk to the press. Don't talk to the press. They're full of shit. They're full of shit.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it would be completely hypocritical to actually talk to these people. Now, looking back, should I have talked to them? Maybe. We probably.
I don't know. I think you made the right. I think you made the right choice at the time. You could always go back, but I think I just.
It is what it is, I guess, to use the phrase.
Yeah. Yeah, and streaming is going to be a very good platform. I just hope when problems do come, which we all know they will, streaming is going to stand their ground and they're not going to fold over.
Well, I will say I talked to the people running the site, and they're completely on board still. And
that's
we'll
awesome.
See. I mean,
Good.
Things could change. Things could definitely change, but they've been very supportive of us so far, and hopefully,
yeah, and it's just like I don't understand. I mean, I was kind of confused at the fact that it happened. It's like, okay, so you guys are just okay with this, and no one is standing up for free speech anymore. It's all nitpicking. It's like, you know, Bronx Blogger. He says he's pro free speech, but he's not. He dances around it.
Not.
No,
and
he's not.
It's funny because he's been on our show many times, and I've actually talked to him, and it's like, you're not really what you're saying you're for. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. That's why, you know, Kevin Logan's coming on tomorrow night. I'll do another cheap promo. But I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that just to say it. Like, there are a lot of leftists, big name leftists, that you would know if I spoke their names, that actually have watched the kill stream for months and months. And they actually enjoy the show. They laugh about it. They've sent me messages saying, this is funny. Whoa, Monday Matt. Whoa, Sargon. And they're laughing about it. But when it comes down time, I say, oh, yeah, you enjoy the show. Why don't you, just pop on the show? It'd be good. I'm trying to I like to have a wide variety of guests. I would love to have leftists on the show. But when it comes down time for them to come on the show, they're like, oh, yeah, well, I don't know. I think it might look bad for me. It might cost me some money, or some people might try to trash me. So that's why I have a lot of respect for people who come on the show. And even Bronx, he's been on the show. But he kind of talks out of both sides of his mouth. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, it's like, and I've been honest about it. The only reason I don't watch the show,
I don't hate the guy, but I'm just being real, right?
The only reason I don't watch the show as much is because I don't like the drama. But it's nothing you guys say. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you because of the 1488 and stuff. Some people like drama, some people don't. As I think it's kind of a boiling point for me. So I don't watch. But now, have I tuned in? Yeah, I have tuned in.
Well, yeah, I mean,
let me ask you something, guys. I want to talk. Keemstar, he never been around our scene before, and all of a sudden he's like popping up all the time. What's that all about?
Well, you know what? We actually rewatched the Baked Alaska stream from, I guess it was April 14th.
Yeah,
something around there.
Yeah,
we rewatched that on my streamy.com/the channel.
Yep,
just the other day. Keemstar was in that chat.
Yeah, really? He's been watching for a long time.
Yeah, it's not just, I mean, I know that maybe he's more visible because he came on the show later on during the late summer and stuff like that, but he's been around for a while.
He watched the Kumine too, he likes the streams. He likes the streams. He said that.
Well, I mean, he keeps his finger on the pulse, right? So he's been around for a minute. As far as co-signing every single thing that's on our show, no, he absolutely has never done that, and he'll say it when he doesn't co-sign it, which I don't take that personally. So, when I made the dead baby joke or whatever against Sargon, he's just like, oh fuck, Ralph, I gotta leave. Well, guess what? He came back on later that show. He's been on our chat many times since then. Now he might disavow a certain comment here and there. But that's different than just saying, "Oh fuck this, I can't fuck with this anymore." He's not done that. I just found it funny how it was portrayed. Oh God, Keemstar's disavowing the kill stream.
I thought it was, I thought it was a bad thing, but then kind of like you said, he's come back a little bit. So.
Well, I mean, I will say this. So I saw your video. I didn't watch the whole 20, 30 minutes, but
no one ever does. No one ever does. Don't worry.
I watched about 10 or 15 minutes, and I actually do agree that from a certain perspective, actually Sargon wanted me to make that comment. And I talked to Coach about this before too.
Which comment?
He wanted me to say the dead baby comment.
I said it in my video.
He wanted me to say that. Like, he wanted me to say that. He baited me into saying that, and I said it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. That actually is what happened. But I also feel that when somebody's sitting there just completely laughing at you getting deplatformed, talking about he's going to try to deplatform other friends of yours, and he's taking it to that. I mean,
I know it's hard,
man. My job, you know what I mean? Like,
I know it's hard.
When you take it to a certain level, it's like, fuck this guy. I don't care what.
I know. It's just, it's kind of, I'm kind of old school in the way where you go, okay, fuck you, and you just kick them off and you just let. Because here's the thing,
look,
it's like
if I had more self control, would I have said that? Probably not. But I don't feel like it was completely unwarranted either. Because when somebody takes it to that level, when they take it to the life ruination level, and they don't give a fuck what they're saying, then fuck them. And they've made similar jokes themselves in the past. Joked about, a feminist guy shooting his girlfriend in the chest. Joked about fucking abortions.
That's why
dead babies. They've done all this themselves. So
it was that thing. That's the reason that Thunderfoot and Sargon went at loggerheads, because they were laughing at what's his name, Russian Deadpool, when he shot up his girlfriend. Yeah, and
by the way, for the record, I was laughing at Russian Deadpool too, but I'm not the type who sits here and tries to be a moral fag. You know what I mean? Like, I laugh at all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? I don't. It's either one or the other. You can't have it one way.
Well, exactly. And that's why I tell people, hey, this is how I am. It's my position, but I will die for your right to say it. I didn't personally like it, but I appreciate you, saying, I could have dealt with it differently. And that's what you should do. There are people that won't own up to that.
Well, going back, I wouldn't have said it, not because I feel like it was the worst thing to say or it was something like on my soul that I need to make amends for, because I don't feel that way. I just feel, I kind of played into his hands, right?
Like, you did. It was, and that's the thing. You're better than
that's the reason. That's the reason I wouldn't have said it, not because I feel bad about it, because I don't, but I just, I even messaged him after, and he leaked it because he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? I took it to that level because I felt like you took it to that level. When you took it to that, fuck you, fuck your life. We've been making fun of Sargon for months and months, but I didn't say, oh, Sargon needs to have his channel deleted. Sargon shouldn't be platformed. He shouldn't be, these events that are getting canceled. He shouldn't be able to do those events. I never said that.
Well, my thing is that even if, let's say he did, or even if you did, who gives a shit? Fuck him. And and on his side, if you said it to him, fuck you. Who cares?
Well, and look, and I've said this for years, Sargon's retarded, because why is he even, and I said this at the beginning of this broadcast, like, why is he even engaging in this in the first place? It makes no sense. And I'm gonna have Logan on tomorrow night again. This not actually a cheap plug idea, but I actually met Sargon in person. Coach has met him in person before too.
Yep.
And I was probably with him 3 or 4 hours. He spent at least a solid 2 or 3 of those hours talking about Kevin Logan. I shit you not. I'm dead serious. You're kidding. I'm dead serious.
You talked about Little Potato Man for 2 hours? What the fuck?
We did. And I even mentioned, I was like, dude, why do you even care? I think at the time, this was January 2016, and he had, I don't know, what, 400,000 or 500,000? I don't know. He had
some Brit shit. That's some Brit shit that I do not understand.
He had a very large channel, and I'm just like, dude, why do you care? Kevin Logan's got, at the time, I think he had like 1 or 2K. Like,
actually, now that you mention it, see, right around the time that I met Sargon in person, which was, for those of you who don't know, back in November of 17, almost exactly a year ago, as a matter of fact. It was early November of 17. I went to this camera store, and I was going there to buy some gear. Actually, I was returning some gear that didn't work out for me and buying some other shit. And he was in that same store buying the camera equipment that, in fact, he's using today on his show. And we literally ran into each other. I mean, like, face first, right? He was walking in one direction. I was walking the exact opposite. And we were like, holy shit. We recognized each other. Long story short, we wound up having lunch together and shooting the shit for about 2-3 hours. And we got along. I mean, on a personal level,
I got along with him too.
Yeah, very personable.
It's weird because this is what I was saying, about the failure thing with Andy. Failure shared a picture and it showed all of them together. And it's like, it kind of makes me think, does Sargon even value people? Like, because he could have, I don't know, Ralph, if you watch a video where I made the point, if Sargon included himself in the IBS early on, he would have been one of everybody. He would have. If he came on early, was a constant guest, but he chose to be in his corner of YouTube with V and all the other fucking pieces of shit.
After Spencer blown him out, he was afraid. And so we blew up later on. And I'd already had a relationship with Carl. I talked to him, not a sexual relationship, obviously, but we had known each other for years.
but
and
are
I
you
Sure
said,
about that? Why'd you have to mention that? Why'd you have to mention that, Ralph?
Yeah,
But
what
no,
are you
but
hiding,
I was just
Ethan?
like,
Does
Yeah.
no
I
one
was
know?
just like, why don't
Oh.
you? I was just like, why don't just come on the show, take some questions. It's not serious. Just be a guest on our show. I was trying to call in people that I knew. You know what I
Sure,
mean? To
sure.
try to have good guests. Like it's
Doing
no
your
big deal. I
job,
said,
yeah,
look,
yeah, you're doing your
yeah,
job.
I literally said our show has gotten bigger. I'm trying to get good guests on the show.
Yeah, you
will
were trying
come on?
to.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
trying to extend the olive branch, but I think where he shot himself in the foot, like, I'll go back to it. He did not come on early, back in the Kumite when people were inviting him on all the time. He didn't want to come on, so now he, like I said, he fucked himself. And what he did recently with all the retweeting the memes and stuff, he's become a real piece of shit because he made it a big deal about you with the dead baby joke, but then he
doesn't
lets
care about
V.
that.
No, he
Dude,
doesn't. He doesn't.
He
He's
doesn't care about that. He was retweeting jokes about my dead
Yeah.
aunt, which was public knowledge as well, because I talked about it on the show. She actually died like an hour before the August 28th, 29th episode. He doesn't care about stuff like that.
No.
He retweeted that. He's a fucking phony. So the whole idea that he's so upset about the joke, like that's false.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, everybody knows that he's a piece of shit. That's not the issue. The issue for me is, quite frankly, why would somebody who has spent so much time building his channel, and we all know how hard it is to build a channel, why would somebody just piss away their credibility the way that he has? I just don't quite get it.
Well, it makes no sense, and it's not like I know some people. It's not just
this is my
today.
thinking.
It goes back months. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm gonna
No,
let
no,
you speak in just a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Speak now. Go ahead. Speak. now.
No, it's what I wanted to say is this is the point, because I think it's important for the people who watch my channel. They basically want to figure out some shit about their lives, right? About their own lives or how to handle life in general, right? And I think that this whole situation for me, it's an itch I can't scratch, because it points to a few things that are really important, specifically arrogance and lack of humility. Because you see, Sargon was very, very good at building a very large channel off of the content that he was making. And point of fact, he really had his big boosts in size when he was like outrageous Carl. I mean, angry Carl, when he was really
Gay
letting
niggers
loose.
from outer space, Carl. Yeah.
And the thing is, he built his channel, good on him, but that led him to conclude that he was good at everything. And that wasn't the case, of course. He was just very good at a very specific niche. And good on him. He earned a living at it, got a lot of views and subscribers and all the rest of it. But that did not translate to other things, and he failed to recognize that. And the fact is, his first debate with Christy Winters, where Christy Winters basically handed him his head, should have clued him in that he was just no good at IBS or debating. And that's perfectly fine. There are lots of people who are lousy at debates. I'm one of them. I suck at it.
I was gonna say you've said
Yeah.
the same thing about yourself. It's not an insult. It's just,
No, I suck at IBS because I spurg out, I get stressed out, and when I get stressed out, I leak IQ points like there's no tomorrow, and yeah, I suck at it, and that's life, motherfucker, right? You can't be good at everything. You try to be as good as you can at the things that are important to you, right? And so rather than approach IBS from a position of humility, he thought he would roll in like, oh, I'm the big man, and I'll win, and he got BTFO'd, right? And that inability to accept that loss, yeah. And I think that you and Jim have basically said the same thing, which is that the loss to Richard Spencer broke him in a way that he has never recovered from. And I would tend to agree, because that
well, it was right after that where he did the I need to become
liberalist
a
shit.
real life advocate. Yes. That's where it all came from. And I'm not gonna compare myself to Jim because he's an internet legend, and I've been a fan. I hate to use the word fan, but I've been a follower of his for many years. But Sargon just has the inability. He takes it as a personal slight. And keeps it on that level forever. If I could tell you, there's an intro that somebody made for our show, I don't know, a week or so ago, where it's me and it's a 6-minute long intro, but there's a section where I'm just like, you know what? I've been to jail, motherfucker. I've suffered personal hardship. You don't know what you're talking about, but I hope you do. A lot of these people don't really understand what real life hardship is all about.
No.
We talked about Kraut earlier. Oh, I'm gonna fall below 100,000 subs. You fucking idiot! Like, wow, that's like your main concern. I can understand, being, whatever, a little upset about it, but that's what's really got you distraught. Like, these people don't really know real hardships. Even Sargon, and I hate to talk about the dead baby stuff, but whatever. Like, it seems like Jim and the kill stream talking about him has him more upset than his own dead child. And I know maybe I shouldn't say that, but that's the reality of how it seems, correct? Like, I'm not the only one that thinks that, right?
Yeah, they're taking this shit too seriously, and it's all good and fine that it's your job and your livelihood depends on it, and that's perfectly fine. If it's your livelihood,
Sure.
you got to fucking take it seriously. I know, Ethan, you do, and it's perfectly reasonable to do so. The issue is to think it's reality when it's not, and the other thing, the thing I want to emphasize the most is lack of humility. Because if you have to know who you are and accept that you are a failure or failing in certain regards. And just as you celebrate the fact that you're very good at something that can generate views and subscribers, which is great, but you have to accept that you're not competent in everything. And that failure on the part of Carl is why he's in this hole. He thought that he had he had more power in the real world than he actually has. But it turns out that just because you have almost 1 million subscribers doesn't mean shit in the real world. You have to recognize that, accept it.
Yeah, you have to accept. The thing is, I wrote stuff for a while before the stream hit it big. Coach, I know you did other things in your career as well. Things come to an end. They have a natural lifespan.
Yes.
The kill stream could very well come to an end. I see people saying, well, he's got, 2,000 viewers now. He used to, a month ago he had, 5,000, 8,000. Some of those shows we did have 8,000 people watching. It could come to an end. I've been right up front with it. I am not one of these people with my head in the clouds who think it's going to last forever. It's most likely not going to last forever. Actually, the percentage chance that it's going to last forever is very small.
Yes.
Only the very top tier people last forever, and it might be because of their talent. A lot of times it is. It might be because of lucky breaks or institutional support. Mm-hmm. First off, the institutional support, we're never going to have that. That's never going to happen.
I disagree. Okay, but go on.
But I'm just saying, of course it can come to an end. But these people don't also realize that, Coach, when you first started coming on our stream, when we blew up, quote unquote, the first time, blowing up for us was 800 to 1,000 people watching. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, 2,000 to 3,000 people following us to a new platform. I'm not going to sit there and say that that's a fail. I don't think that's a fail.
It's not. It's like I said.
Now, if I look at the
NASCAR brand, NASCAR level loyalty. That brand.
Yeah. Now, you know what? A month or two from now, if it's 300 or 400 people watching, yeah, that would be a fail. Definitely. But I'm not one of these people who sit here and say, wow, I'm such a genius, because I don't think that I am. I think that's obvious. But month from now, 2 months from now, and there's 300 or 400 people watching, I would say, you know what? It's time to wrap. It's time to wrap it up.
Ethan,
it's time to look at something else. That can happen. There's no shame in that, right?
No,
you know what I mean?
No, there's not at all. There's something else I got to point out. Okay, that I think that you are failing to recognize. You yourself. I don't give a shit about your critics who are gonna you shit on you, of course. But as your e-friend, right? And as somebody who supports your channel. See, you were peaking out at 8,000 viewers, right? But that was at the height of drama, okay? There was all kinds of shit going on that merited people wanting to be on the Ralph Retort or watch the Ralph Retort. And people were showing up to thrash it out.
Well, we were also on YouTube. Yeah,
right.
So the night after,
exactly.
the Monday Matt thing, we had 3,000 people the night.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks the Monday Matt thing was the be-all, end-all, and it was probably the most, the
amusing,
funniest show we've ever done.
Yeah.
But the night after, we had 3,000.
Yeah.
That was a good, 800 more than ever watched the Monday Matt stream live.
Yeah.
And we thought that was wow, we got 3,000 watching now. That's the end all. Whoa, we killed it. and we went up from there. So it's just, I don't know. Anyway,
Look,
go
but
ahead. I'm sorry.
the point I'm trying to make is that number one, when you were peaking out like a month ago on YouTube, you had number one like drama on drama to your back. I mean, it was like the wind to your back, right? And number two,
Yeah.
you were on YouTube. Okay, now so you moved over to Stream Me, and on top of that, there's kind of been like a lag insofar as drama and let's face facts,
Sure.
like a show like yours, it's not that it depends on drama, but drama does amp up the volume on it. Right?
Agree.
Because your show is like a variety show, and I say this in the best way. You try to cover like a wide variety.
I agree
of
with
topics.
you.
Right.
1000%.
And I think that, by the way, that's the smart approach long term of having a little bit of everything. And so right now, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the show is fucking boring because it's just about politics and current events and shit like that." Yeah, but that's the point of a variety show. A variety show is going to go through peaks and troughs, and the troughs are going to be when there's nothing inherently dramatic going on, and it's just the same old kind of thing. And that happens, and that's an inevitable trough. So I think that right now you're going through a trough, and if you're in a trough, not the quality, I'm talking about in terms of content. Yeah.
but just what you're
Exactly.
availed of.
And so
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying is that I think that your trough on a fucking new platform that that you had never even heard of a month ago, and you're only at 2,000. How many are you? 2,000, 2,500 sub viewers.
So we had a 2,500 tonight.
Okay, so
That's
that's your
good.
fucking problem. Fuck you, man. You'll be fine. You just have to keep steady.
Now look, I agree with you. But I completely agree with you. But one thing we've always done on our show, so we have drama, but we also, I mean, look, we talk about the news.
Yeah.
Me and my co-host are, I personally, political science. That's my thing. I actually got a degree in that. Gator, same thing. Sedan. So I've made a conscious effort. So when there's great drama,
Mhm.
I love, obviously that activates me. I love that.
Sure.
But we've always, even during the big drama periods, we mix news in, we mix politics in.
You should.
I
You
think
should. You don't want to
that
become
some of
Donga's
the-
channel. You don't want to become
Well, yeah,
Donga's channel.
I
Because
think that
Donga's
some of the
only
downfalls from these shows
Uh-huh.
is they only have the drama, or they
Yes.
only have the blood sports, or this and that. And I understand the drama moves people like nothing else. I know folks listening to this even can hear the sound of my voice say, really, I don't like the drama. I don't care about that. Guess what? That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yes, it is.
Everybody loves that. There's a reason tabloids exist. There's a reason rumor mills exist. It's because it's a natural feel. People actually love that.
Sure.
But the
Now,
reason we survived is not just because of the drama. It's because of the down periods.
Can I
there
ask
were
you a
months-
question?
Months and months where we didn't have the drama.
Yeah.
Where we were just talking about what was going on. Yeah, go
Would
ahead.
you ever consider doing two different channels where it's like, hey, this is going to be the drama stream, and this is going to be the news?
Not
and
really.
politics?
No.
No, okay. I'm
Not
just
really.
curious.
And the reason not, and I've had questions similar to that before, like, yes, why don't you simulcast, or why don't you, once you start splitting the audience,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
because
not
I
a
like
good
though,
idea.
yeah, because I like the I mean, your guys' political stuff, I thoroughly enjoy, but the drama stuff, when it boils over, it's like,
Nah,
That's what-
I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
when you start splitting the audience, it's
I
not a
get
good
ya.
idea.
No,
so
no.
the night after,
sense.
and when we got kicked off YouTube, actually not the night after, the very night of, and we went to D Live and we,
Yeah.
fucking crashed their website.
That was
I actually
funny.
think things would have been better had we just went to Stream Me right off top.
well, I don't blame you for
Yeah,
trying
it's-
something different.
Well,
you
we
know.
were trying something different, and
Hey, okay, I commend you for it.
but as far as splitting the show and doing this, like, look, when you start splitting the audience, it's not a good idea. That's why the
Yeah.
whole simulcast thing, I understand it, especially if you have a large YouTube presence. I'm not going to be allowed back on YouTube.
No.
They
Yeah.
will allow me as a guest.
Yeah, sure.
There is a loophole where Keemstar and other people have come
Yeah.
back. But I'm just not really interested in putting effort into that because I feel
Yeah.
like they're gonna ban me anyway.
The
So-
first day you got banned, I was over on Smeckle's channel, who I like Smeckle, even though he's a drunken bastard. And he was talking, and someone said, "Oh yeah, he's going to use Naked Ape's channel. He'll be back on YouTube." And I was that was the first day. I know. But the very first day we're banned, I said Ralph will never be on YouTube again in a full capacity. They all laughed at me, and I said, "What are you guys this stupid to not understand what's going on?"
Look, that option has been presented to me, including
no. I'm saying no. I know,
but it's just not. It's not worth it because technically there is a loophole. They didn't ban the show. They banned me personally. They banned me. They banned
Your show
me
was
from
all right,
owning a
but
channel.
they hated you.
No, but that's true though. Like, so they didn't ban the show. They banned me from owning a YouTube channel. So technically,
let's cut the crap.
I could go to another channel. I could go to another channel and say, "This is the Kill Stream. I'm an employee."
But let's cut the
person.
crap cake. You know they would ban your ass. Come on.
Well, that's why I don't feel like Keemstar. Other people have done this where they come back to YouTube where they've been banned and
it's a different
somebody else owns the channel, quote unquote, and they get away with it. I just don't think, especially right in the aftermath, I don't think it's gonna work. And I just feel like putting more effort into building alternate platforms is more worth my time. Especially they took us down pretty much at the height of our popularity. So I just think it's more important to try to build another platform. Now, will it work out long term? Who knows?
I hope it does. I hope it does.
It may or may not. Like, I'm not one of these people. Oh, it's gonna last forever. Who knows? Yeah. But I feel like it's important to try to build other platforms. I'm not the only one. There is a multitude of people on Stream Me who had never heard of Stream Me before a week or two ago, and I hope that continues.
Yeah. And I will say this is that, and I appreciate you being nice about my video. My video, like, people were coming off like I was being negative about it. It's
you weren't. I watched it. Yeah. I watched it. There were a couple things. So even you and I saw Coach a shit stream video where he said not D-Law, but GoDaddy. GoDaddy doesn't actually own.
Yeah. No, I said the domain.
They are the domain, though.
That was my point. Yeah,
they do. Yeah. They are the domain, but they don't own the website.
No, I never said that. Coach misunderstood when I said they own the domain. And I think that was misconstrued as the website. Yeah,
they don't own the domain. I mean, they don't own the website, but they are the domain.
Problem, my thinking is that, coming up on the election of 2020, all of the fangs are going to just like sink their teeth harder and harder into alt news, alt commentary.
Yep. Sure, I agree with that.
And I think that Andy's channel is, I think, the one that's on their crosshairs. Because, on that Alternative Influencer Network report, which is just a load of crap. I mean, just so much bullshit, right? It had that fucking handy graphic. And that handy graphic had Andy as the biggest nexus. I mean, yeah, it was just because, everybody's been on fucking Andy's channel, right? It doesn't mean shit. And, and quite frankly, that was more of the heyday of Andy's channel. And now that Andy's sort of like stumbled, but he's like on the process of recovering, that's great for Andy, but the thing is, I think that increased visibility of his leads the fangs to look at him a little askance and figure out how to get rid of him. Okay. And
that's why I'm glad Andy's kind of, when he came out and apologized for the joke stuff with Geek, I thought that was really good. And it really does show.
I missed it.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he came out right away. Like I'm gonna say what he said in the DMs to me, but I mean, he came out right away and was like, no, it was taken out of context. We were just joking, and I believed him. I said in my video, I've never thought like Ethan's racist. Like, anybody who thinks these guys are racist are just fucking tools and dumbasses.
Look,
I'm racist.
I don't feel like there should be any sacred cows.
Coach.
Yeah, but
there should be no sacred cows. No. I joke about myself going to jail. I laugh at my own situation.
You do a lot too, yeah.
The Jay Caesar stuff. People think that that's some red, like, oh God, that's the silver bullet. I laugh at that. Like, you should always be able to laugh at anything. If you're not able to do so, it's probably the problem is on you.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, it's like they said, well, why is Trump such a good president? And the person said on TV said, well, because he can joke about himself. He just said if he drank, he would be even worse of a person. He started laughing, but they actually took that they took that as he was being serious. No, he was joking.
Yeah, but look. Oh, by the way, Loyal, just to clear up something, you sent me an email and chat, guys.
No.
Hang on.
Hey, some...
Chat. We're gonna do a little internal housekeeping, and this is a little boring, but I just want to clear the air. Loyal, what the fuck are you thinking that you and I have any kind of beef or any problem?
No, I don't want to get into personal details. I just didn't get a response. I didn't get a response, so because I had some family stuff going on, I assume I'm like, oh well, we're not cool then. It was, how something happens in your personal life, and then you kind of sit there and you're like, well, this person didn't respond to me, so obviously it's
No. I just
that's why I said I was wrong.
Really clear. Like if I ever have a problem with somebody, I tell them right away.
I know.
Okay.
They
know.
And that's why
it's not going to be like
wrong.
Yeah, because like chat, Loyal. I really like Loyal on a personal level.
I appreciate
I've gotten to know him, and I like his content, right? And I like his astute commentary on our scene. And yeah, dude, if I didn't answer you, I'm sorry.
I know your name was mentioned earlier, and I said get him on because I wanted to talk about what you said.
I appreciate that.
You were on within 10-15 minutes. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fucking little bitch. I mean, that's what I hate about the people that like Sargon and all they're not willing to fucking talk sometimes. It's like, dude, if you are so holier than thou, then defend your fucking position, dude.
Yeah, well, no, my thinking is that if you've got a problem with somebody, then fucking let them know about it. They're not fucking psychic now, yeah? And if it's a specific problem, then you go to them privately and say, you got to, like with Ethan, I've had lots of, well, not lots, but lots of things that he and I disagree with.
Maybe not lots, but
a couple of three. But the thing is, but like number one, any kind
blame
of
it on the alcohol.
It's funny. It was actually 100% the alcohol when I actually got into it with Coach that time. But yeah, go ahead.
What? Oh, when you kicked me that time, that was fucking funny.
Yeah,
and you were obviously wasted. I mean, come on, I'm not gonna.
I was just
seriously.
completely drunk, and I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, that was fucking funny.
You should do. You really should, Ralph. Just do it for fun. A drunk stream where you literally are.
I honestly don't even remember kicking Coach. I'm just
no. It was funny because you know what happened. See, I popped in, and before I popped in, like he was wasted, and everybody knew it. Everybody in chat was laughing about it, right? And I popped in, right, and he starts like, I'm on the show, and he's like bitching at me that I'm not on the stream. That when am I gonna get on? And what the fuck? And I'm there, and motherfucker, he muted me or some shit like that. And it was just so funny. Finally, like, oh, you're here. Oh, fuck you, and he kicked me. It was so goddamn funny, dude.
That's good.
The thing is, see, like, how can I put it? You can when somebody's drunk or stoned or whatever. Shit, I mean, come on, you can't take anything they say seriously by definition.
No, you can't. No. It's ridiculous. I don't understand some of these fucking people.
In my own case, I have a pretty thick skin, and so you really have to be saying shit at me for me to take it seriously. And also, I don't confuse criticism with dislike. You can criticize somebody all you want and like them personally. Like, for instance, like Chrissy Winters or Kevin Logan and Bronx Blogger, right? On a personal level, I like them all. They seem like lovely people. I think that their political opinions are stupid, and I also recognize that. See, I would never disqualify a person based on their politics, whereas I know that they do. Okay, and I know that.
Well, I called Ralph a piece of shit in my video. You don't see Ralph coming right here after me, dude. You called me a piece of shit. Fuck
well,
you.
Loyal, like, we're about to get to that.
No, but Ralph knew what I meant.
Wait a minute.
Wait a goddamn minute.
But Ralph knew what I meant. Like, and it's like, dude, people have gotten so fucking soft that they don't understand busting balls and being straightforward people.
That's it. Everybody's gone fucking soft. Everybody's gone so fucking soft, and their precious pride. And their lack of humility and a lack of just thick-skinnedness, for crying out loud. I mean, come on. If you get upset over every little fucking thing that people say about you online, you're going to go fucking insane. Well, that proves my point now. Most of these fuckers are insane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I was like, when fucking V was like retweeting shit, I'm like, dude, this guy is a fucking dumb fuck. I used to give him a lot of credit, but it's like every day he's showing why he's become more of a snake. And it's like, I want to like V, but he makes it hard. Fuck, he makes it hard. He does it to himself.
I remember Coach telling me that months ago. He's like, V's a fucking snake. I still remember that. And,
Oh, really? And
yeah,
what did you
and-
think at the time? No, and now yes.
well, no, I didn't necessarily disagree with you, but I was like,
I
yeah,
am
you
always
know,
right
yeah,
about
still fine.
everything.
In the
Coach.
grand scheme of things, coach is usually correct. I would say that.
Well,
Well, and that it's the thing is that you know, if a lot of these people just fucking grew some balls and like hit people like Ethan Ralph back, hit Coach back with fuck you, a lot of these disputes could get settled really quick.
yeah, I would agree.
You know, they really could just say fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Okay, what else do we have to say to each other? Nothing. Okay, bye.
Well, look,
I would agree.
at the end of the day, I think it's a lack of humility. Everything I've noticed insofar as this neck of the woods of the YouTube community is a lack of humility and a lack of accepting your limitations and accepting the fact that somebody can criticize you and doesn't mean anything against you on a personal level. And it's just, you know, they're all.
Yeah, I don't get it because it's not like we know V in real life. Like,
I don't want to know such a man.
no.
Yeah. So listen, I think
agree.
we've gone nearly 3 fucking hours.
I think
we've,
so.
We've tried
Thank
the
you,
patience of
Coach.
our.
Oh, thank you for
guys,
having me on,
it's-
Ethan. Thank you for being a
both of
gentleman
you.
like usual.
Yeah, it's
Thank
been
you. I
my
appreciate
pleasure.
you
Chad. Oh, by the way, before I go, I need to settle up on my super chats because there are some comments and. let me
Please
get-
settle up on that. I'm about to go eat the
Yeah,
food.
Hey,
Go.
Ralph, have a good one, man.
Catch
Hey,
you
great
later, man.
talking with you,
But
man.
yeah, thank you guys. I really do appreciate
Take it
it.
easy,
buddy.
guys. Okay,
Bye.
and so Vicious Kisses says, we need to put this guy on the Holocauster. Judaic subhuman garbage. Okay. Sarah Sanderson's Hocus Pocus memes. Nobody hates Jews for being Jews. 9/10 of the people buying out our politicians every election are Jewish neocon Zionists, and the majority of Marxist subversion pushed into our country is by Jews. That's one point of view. Patrick Turner, buy yourself something nice, winks. Yeah, he sent me $5 Australian, which is almost $5 of real money. So I'll buy myself a sexy little black dress, you know, something to show off my figure, you know, flatter my figure, as it were. Yeah, you'll see me soon in such an outfit. Oh, yes. Sexy. Yes. And when you do, please be sure to just throw money onto the stage. Thank you very much. Yellow Flash Incorporated, bets when quartering's goofy ass implodes and tanks. Oh, man, the over-under on that, of when it'll happen, I think it's far away. I think that Quartering, for all his goofiness, he has a plan and he's sticking to it. He's got a strategy for what he's doing. He's pretty clever about it. I think the guy is going to be around a lot longer than anybody anticipates. So, those were the super chats. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream. And yeah, so that's the end of it. And let me figure out how to turn off the stream, and I'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, just a quick announcement. I think I'll be doing this every Sunday at this time because it's fun. I'm just going to shoot the shit. Hopefully the next time we won't have the tech problems I had on this one. And just a rotating gang of guests just to shoot the shit and just have a good time and just for the hell of it. You know, no agenda other than amusing ourselves. Okay? So take it easy, guys, and I will catch you soon.